into the danger zone.
The Drew Yari Show.
The Drew Yari Show.
Hell yeah. Stupid idiot.
Drew Yari. The Drew Yari Show begins now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Drew Yari Show.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Wednesday. It's 9:06 p.m. Central Time here in San Antonio. And welcome to the experience. I am Drew, and with me, as always, is my tag team partner in crime.
Justin, Spinebuster Tees, SpinebusterTees.com.
And joining us is a very good friend of the show. You can find him on the Brooklyn Power Trip. And whenever we do have time, the Trifecta Threat podcast, Brother Monty.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? How's it doing, peoples?
Doing pretty good, brother.
Good. Keep playing.
So we got a nice little show tonight. Not really too news heavy, but Monty's on here to voice his displeasure with AEW Dynamite tonight. So Monty, the floor is all yours.
Yeah, man. Quite frankly, I was just quite confused. For the first two like the 8-man tags. Like I would have understood totally if it was like December 27th they did these 8-man tags and to honor Brody Lee, but they did these shits a whole 2 weeks later, and if AEW fans are as fans as they say, they would obviously know and realize that what's his name? Preston Vance and Anna Jay themselves denounced the Dark Order on live television, and all of a sudden you're just gonna throw them into an 8-man tag match to honor Brody Lee, quote unquote, which it's not even on the right timeline in a sense if you're doing it 2 weeks after, when on the same time you had a Dynamite the day after his passing date. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's dumb. Like, I would have totally got it if they used John Silver in place of Preston Vance, because John Silver's part of fucking Dark Order still. Hell, even if you used Evil Uno, it would make more sense. They didn't even do that. So that was just random, and I'm sorry to say it like this, it just feels disrespectful using a dead guy's name to promote a match that is just random. It was bad. It left a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't fuck with that shit at all. And then the main event for AEW just really pissed me off, man. You got two really big potential main eventers in Takeshita and Hobbs, which I never forgot. Takeshita beat Omega 2 times in a row. I never forgot about that. I'm still waiting on his progression after that. That shit just died. It seems like Tony Khan just threw water on that big-ass flame that he ignited himself for Takeshita. And then they lose to a 70-pound-year-old teenager in booty jean shorts. Booty jean shorts. Not John Cena jean shorts. Booty jean shorts. And leggings, mind you. And leggings. And then his tag team partner, the iconic AARP member, Sting. It just doesn't make sense to me. It just... How am I supposed to have faith in you guys and have faith in people I like in Hobbs? Because I fuck with Hobbs a lot. Like, how can you show me on television Hobbs literally almost killing Big Show on a card, and then but now all of a sudden he can't beat a 65-year-old Sting? Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. This shit don't make no sense. I'm not stupid. Like, I used to hate when Vince used to insult my intelligence. Like, Vince, I'm not fucking dumb, bro. And Tony Khan thinks it's okay to insult the fans' intelligence, but the problem is, most of the fan base don't give a fuck. They think everything's so good. Like, I just want y'all to be as good as y'all say you are. That's it. Just be as good as you say you are, because you're not. You're portraying a facade that is just not there, bro. That shit is terrible. That shit is so bad. Like, as long as Samoa Joe is champion, that's probably the only good reason why I could watch this show, man. Because goddamn, this shit is aggravated. It's so aggravating. Like, I give AEW the benefit of the doubt so fucking much, and it's like, Tony Khan just wants to tries to metaphorically shove a finger up my ass and nope and pause because goddamn he gets me tight. Like fucking A, he pisses me off. That's ridiculous.
So AEW Dynamite was no bueno for you, Monty, was it?
No, bro, it was not. It was not. I feel like those 8-man tags were as random as the 8-man tag matches on World's End pay-per-view.
Well, apparently, Brody Jr. booked at least the men's match.
So we're exploiting children for our TV programming. That's fantastic, lovely. I love that. Use a dead guy's son to promote your matches so you can get ratings. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, that's bad, Justin. That's bad, bro. That's bad. Ain't nobody gonna call them out on that shit too. That's sad. Like I said, Justin, I would have totally understood if they did this shit the 27th. They literally had a Dynamite episode right after, like, his annual passing date. Like, you know what I'm saying? They didn't even do that shit. They waited 2 weeks later. What? That's just dumb, bro. That's just, I don't know. That's like WWE waiting 2 weeks to honor Bray Wyatt when they had like a SmackDown like a day after Bray Wyatt's passing date. Like what? It's just, I don't know. It's weird. That's weird, fellas. That's weird, fellas.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. But Justin, have any thoughts on what happened on Dynamite tonight?
No, I didn't watch, but it was pretty boring for what I did see. So,
yeah, I got home literally 30 minutes before we did this show. So by the time I got home, we had to I had to like scramble to get everything ready. But
I saw like the last 45 minutes of it, and I wasn't really too enthused with it.
Yeah, that's right.
I went back and watched the Samoa Joe promo with Swerve and Hangman and Hook. Apparently that was okay. It was okay, but it wasn't like anything groundbreaking. The Undisputed Kingdom did the same promo as they did last week, apparently. So
that's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, like even like the AEW fans out there, the guys that are pro AEW, they didn't like the show tonight.
Did you see Justin? Did you see Wardlow's face when Adam Cole was like, "We are gonna win the world champion"? He was like, "We."
Yeah, it's they're projecting this way too early. Way too early. It's a repeat storyline with Adam Cole and. I'm sorry, with MJF and Wardlow, they're just doing that same storyline again for what it seems like.
Yep, he's back. He's back to square one.
Wardlow's texting William Regal. Can you find that way to get out of your contract? Or can you find that way to get me out of my contract the way you did with yours? He's just counting down the days to get out of that company, and I don't blame him. Same thing with Ricky Starks. Like,
oh yeah, Ricky lost Clink tonight too.
He lost tonight too. That's 2 L's he took in a row. He lost that World's End.
To who?
He lost to Sammy Guevara, bro.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, Ricky, if you can hear me, I'm pretty sure you can't, but if there's someone who can get this a message to Ricky, get out. Get out.
I mean, he's already leaving, like, but
oh yeah.
You don't need to tell him to get out. He's been out since last year he's been out, so you ain't gotta tell him that.
Well, same thing with Wardlow, Ricky, and also Hobbs. Get the fuck out of that company. Like, ASAP. And also maybe bring Thunder Rosa with you. But again, that's just wishful thinking. But yeah, just again, kind of like you guys, or like more so Justin, I looked on social media, just again, AEW faithfuls and like even casuals, but more so the faithfuls are like, yeah, this show sucks. Like, this show tonight particularly sucks. And this was like the big return to Daly's Place, which I think they like damn near sold out.
Yeah, they damn near sold out, yeah.
And then was it the Jericho segment of them having to like play his music really loud so they can drown out the boos?
Apparently, yeah.
again, I know I kept using the word allegedly because it is just at this point allegedly, but they really should have kept him off television until the investigation was over. But I don't know. Tony Khan was spending more time arguing with USA Network's Twitter page, but what the fuck do I know? But yeah. So I guess that's our brief review of AEW Dynamite. I don't know if you guys.
Well, the only thing I would say positively, and you guys probably don't even care about this, but I thought because obviously they went back to Dave's place and it looks like they have a new set there. It wasn't the same exact set. I thought the set looked pretty cool.
Oh no, that actually looked pretty cool.
And the presentation looked good. I mean, but outside of that, that can only go so fucking far. That's like 5-10% of the fucking show that actually matters. The other 90% wasn't worth the shit.
No, I saw that. I actually liked that. I thought that okay, that's pretty cool. I can't lie, but yeah, not a good look for AEW. We see Ruben Prime in the chat. What's up, Ruben? But
yeah, maybe AEW goes out of business, and we can all just be happy about that.
Yeah, again, I don't want AEW to go out of business.
Well, everybody else does at this point. So
again, I root for them to.
No. I don't listen, Justin. I don't want them to go out of business.
Oh no, I'm just saying that there's people online just can't wait for AEW to get out of business.
They be hating. Listen, like I said earlier in the show, start it off, I just want them to be as good as they say they are. That's it. Because they're not. That's my problem. People say they're great, this and that, and it's y'all would say they're great, this and that, when there was 1 to 2 good things on the show and the rest was subpar or below subpar. That's my problem. I hate that. I don't like that. I'm gonna call anything a spade for a spade. I'll be real with you. I watched NXT yesterday, and there were certain things that I thought I didn't really like that much at all. Nikita Lyons needs to put some more work in that ring. She almost fucking destroyed Blair's Davenport's neck with that snap suplex.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, man. And then she tried to do that karate kick, and then right before she made contact with Blair, she pulled it back. I'm that doesn't look good. I love OTM, and OTM, it clearly shows that they need more reps. They need to wrestle more and more matches within that time frame that how they worked yesterday, because they were messing up a bit too. They were looking a bit confused on some reversal spots. I'll call anything a spade for a spade, bro. If there's something that needs to be called out, I'll call it out. Johnny Gargano he had one fucking job on Monday Night Raw, and he botched a fucking spot, and it was one spot, and he botched it. Come on, man, what are you doing? The fuck you doing? You saw that? He tried to grab the dude's fucking foot, and he botched it, and then Ciampa one clean and be Finn. Come on, Johnny, you had one job that night. You had one job.
Yeah,
come on, man. It was funny. I'm damn, he won anyways after the botch.
But I guess we can start with Raw. I guess quick view of SmackDown. SmackDown was kind of a one match show. You had the triple threat with LA Knight, Orton, and why am I blanking on the name? AJ. There you go. Predictable ending. You had Roman come out and fuck up the match. LA Knight got color, and AJ kind of capitalized on it. We just started really getting him some hits. And then afterwards, Nick Aldis goes up to Paul Heyman and says, "Congratulations, it's a fatal 4-way match now." After the show, you saw on WWE's Twitter, YouTube, where Paul Heyman broke the news that it's a fatal 4-way, and Roman said, fix it. Overall, it looks like we're getting a fatal 4-way at Royal Rumble, which, is kind of the best way. The original idea was supposed to be Orton and Roman, but WWE didn't want, Randy to just lose a big match right away after he just came back. Which, makes sense. You protect Randy, and you can just do that, later on down the line. But overall, what did you guys think about SmackDown as a whole on Friday?
I don't remember SmackDown.
And Karrion Kross is a new.
Oh yeah, well okay. Now you remind me. Yeah, that was the best part of the show. Karrion Kross and AOP returning, and they look fantastic. And my prediction for this year, I predicted that Karrion Kross will become a world champion of some caliber in WWE, and they have that look where I can see AOP holding up the tag team champions and Karrion Kross, if not the world titles, at least the United States title, Intercontinental title. This is gonna be good shit for them. I can't wait to see what they do. Outside of that, SmackDown was SmackDown. Roman coming out, they made a fatal 4-way, which is fine, but it's like people are saying, "Oh, Roman's gonna lose the title." What? What are you talking about?
Nah.
Like, do you guys even watch wrestling, or have y'all started watching wrestling since fucking 2020? You started watching wrestling in 2020 because it's fucking showing. Roman ain't fucking losing the title at fucking Royal Rumble. The only way he's losing the title, unfortunately, if he gets injured and he breaks his fucking leg in the match, and they're forced to do something different. Even if he breaks his leg, I still don't even think he'll lose the title. So, but yeah,
they'll find a way to make him look really, really strong, as CM Punk once said. But yeah, I mean, it's just a match. I wouldn't be surprised if it main events and they end of the show, The Rock comes out and they have a stare down and they end up making the match at Elimination Chamber, which we talked about this at nauseum last week. There's still surprisingly a lot of people who are insistent that it's going to be the main event of WrestleMania, and it's just like, again,
how do they get there?
Again,
is The Rock in the Royal Rumble?
Maybe, but like, yeah, again, I'm like you. I'm gonna borrow a quote from you. Are you retarded? Do you watch wrestling? It's just like, no. It's just like people, and like you saw that video I sent you where that guy was like, yeah, weren't we just complaining like maybe 5-10 years ago about part-timers coming in and taking main event spots from guys that are already working on the card, but we all of a sudden want The Rock to be the main event of WrestleMania? It's just it's double standard, right? And it's just, again, it's The Rock. I love The Rock. I have no problem with The Rock, but he doesn't need the main event of WrestleMania. He really doesn't. And also, he's 51 and he can't really, like, you saw him in the segment with Jinder where he was getting winded just by coming down to the ring.
I mean, he wasn't in ring shape either. I mean, it's not like an Edge or an Adam Copeland, whatever the fuck you choose to call him, where like he wrestles more often, whereas The Rock doesn't wrestle at all, and he's also like unhealthy big. Like he doesn't look healthy for his size. I'm not saying he's gonna die, but it's just like, I don't know, but just he's not fat though.
No, he's not. Oh no, he's not. If he's fat,
he's not unhealthy big. He's just fucking like, I don't know, roid big.
Yeah, like that. That's what I meant. Like, I mean, if he's fat, I want to be that fat. But he's like,
brother big.
He's brother big, brother. Dwayne Johnson, brother. I almost went to UFC, brother. No. But yeah, just again, Elimination Chamber, Australia. They're sold out. They want The Rock. There you go. Like, and Cody's the guy. Even Cody was just like, yeah, I'm not worried. Like, he's the main event guy. He's your white hot babyface, in WWE. So he's the guy right now. This is his moment. The Rock doesn't need this moment. And also, The Rock ain't winning. He's not beating Roman. Because why? Again, why? And he's not going to beat him. Why would you want a main event of WrestleMania where you already know what the outcome's going to be, as opposed to a match that can go either way?
Imagine The Rock winning an Elimination Chamber. Like, oh, it's Rock versus Cody? Like, what? Nah.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
That shit, who wants to see that shit?
Nobody. But, yeah, it's just, at the end of the day, it's going to be Elimination Chamber, people. Just deal with it. The Rock's not main. I mean, The Rock might show up at WrestleMania in some capacity.
Now, I got something for you here.
Huh.
I got something for you here. What if it's Elimination Chamber, Rock versus Roman? Roman wins, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with Solo Sikoa at WrestleMania as of right now?
Ooh. So you're saying give Solo that rub against The Rock?
No. I'm not going with that. I'm going with something a little different. What if it's Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso versus The Rock and Jey Uso in the tag match?
You know what? I'll do you one better. Well, I mean, maybe not one better, but just, I guess, for storyline purposes. What if you have Solo Sikoa and Jimmy versus The Rock and John Cena?
Where does Jey Uso go?
I mean, you need a. Okay, you're right. I didn't think about that.
Like, I suppose he's gonna be feuding with Jimmy at WrestleMania.
I like your idea. Because I don't know if the John Cena will be able to make it, but like,
we'll get John Cena versus Grayson Waller this time.
No, gross. Jey Uso. Yeah, Jey Uso could Jey Uso with The Rock versus his cousins, or Jey Uso with his cousins versus his brothers.
So, and what that'll do is, and there's bigger storyline elements there where, The Rock and Jey Uso, they can incapacitate Solo and Jimmy, so that way the main event match of Cody versus Roman, there's not going to be any interference.
Yeah. I like your idea. I like your idea. That could be on night 2. That can be like match number 3 for night 2. And yeah, because that would make sense because, last year Solo interfered. And then, The Rock can be like, this match is going to go down, is going to be called right down the middle. It's going to be fair. Like, nobody's going to fuck with this match.
Or to have stipulations of something of, I mean, WWE doesn't do this, but they don't do stipulations like this. But like, if you interfere in this match, you're fired.
I mean,
if the Rock and Jay wins, if you guys interfere in a match, you're fired. Something like that. I mean,
Nick Aldis, since he's the hard ass GM and he's not afraid of Roman, he can be like, just to make sure this match is fair, nothing happens. No Samoans, no Samoans interfere in this match.
I think by that time, I think Nick Aldis will have a different role on the SmackDown roster.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, he can just be like, since Solo interfered, no interferences from any Samoans or anyone on Roman's behalf. Like, no interferences or they're fired. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's simple. Simple, people. I guess since we're already on the topic of Raw, let me just run through the card and we'll just kind of give a brief summary of what we thought. You had Tommaso Ciampa versus Finn Balor. Good match. I mean, these guys have wrestled each other countless times in NXT. Tommaso got the win. Good for him. Drew McIntyre opened the show, which I kind of skipped over. Sorry. Drew McIntyre came out and addressed the crowd, saying maybe he needs to take some time off or maybe he doesn't. So, Drew's still being a really good heel because what he's saying is actually true. Like, he's not coming out being the whiny heel or the angry heel. I mean, he's kind of a combo of both, but like he's more so saying things that are just true. And then talks about CM Punk and says, maybe I should go away for 9 years and come back and maybe you'll love me then. And then CM Punk comes out and says, I heard you talking about me, so I thought I'd come out. And then he does the Eddie Guerrero, corner pose, which Drew does, a little later. Drew probably cutting the best promo I've ever heard him cut. Just talking to Punk. And he's saying, things that might be true. Where he says, I worked with you and I know the truth about you. When I was going through my hardships, I needed somebody to be there for me and, be on my side and help me, and you didn't help me. Orton was dealing with his demons and he couldn't help me. And then Punk, chimes in, pretty much just says, what he's always been saying, saying that I'm not going to get in my own way. I can knock your teeth out right now if I wanted to, but I'm going to walk away. And at the Royal Rumble, since you're the locker room leader, quote unquote, I'm going to do you the satisfaction of throwing you out last. So good shit. Drew, was able to kind of stand toe to toe with Punk on the mic. Good shit to start out the show. What'd you think?
Is making the Royal Rumble, the actual Royal Rumble match, actually feel important for once? Mm-hmm. Over the last 10, 15 years, a Royal Rumble match is obviously important because it's who we're going to WrestleMania, but you're actually going to have multiple elements and stories going into it that you normally don't get. And now you're going to have, even though it's really Punk or Gunther, he hasn't officially been in it, or Cody. Like, we know those 3 names right there are, like, the most likely ones to win. Like, we know Drew ain't gonna fucking win. Jey Uso, he's not winning the Royal Rumble, right? LA Knight ain't winning well, he's not in the Royal Rumble anyway, but it's like, it makes the Royal Rumble a little bit more unpredictable and a little bit more must see as well. So I like it.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off, but like I think for this year, you actually have like star power in the Rumble. Because now, because for the past 5-10 years, maybe even longer than that, we've always had like a lack of stars. Now you have guys in it that, like you said, LA Knight's not winning it, Orton's not winning it, Jay's not winning it, but like they're considered main eventers. Like LA Knight is, he's kind of cooled off a little bit, but not to the point where he's like forgotten. Like he's still going to be in a world championship match, in a big Fatal 4-Way World Championship match, and he's more than likely going to be in the Rumble. He's still one of the biggest merch shows in the company. Orton just came back, and Orton's Orton. AJ's AJ. Jey Uso is over as fuck, and people love him. But again, they're not going to win. But it's still, like you said, it makes the Rumble match mean something, and it gets me more hype for it than I've been in for any Rumble match. Since I can't really think of when. Yeah. But like you said, it makes it mean something because now Drew has a problem with Punk, which that can be a feud down the line. Obviously Seth does, but I don't know if Seth's gonna. He's obviously not gonna compete in the Rumble. He'll more likely defend whoever that may be against. Same thing with Jey Uso. Jey Uso's in it, and he's over as fuck. LA Knight's over as fuck. So, and then you got Cody, who Cody and Punk have, I guess, kind of like a quiet feud. Whereas, Punk said, I'm going to finish my story, and, everybody can't stop me, and then he names Cody and says, not even Cody can stop me. And Cody being, polite, pretty much like, I'm not worried about it. Let me get Monty back in real quick. But yeah, I'm very much hyped for this Rumble. I'm looking forward to it because, it's either going to be between Punk or Cody.
Now, I will say this. I don't want to see, random guys in there. I don't want to see Montez Ford. No. I don't want to see Angelo Dawkins. I don't want to see, Otis in the Royal Rumble. Even though there's going to be names like that and it's affiliate regardless. But you need as many top names in there as possible to make it a star power, but also be unpredictable. You need unpredictability in the Royal Rumble. That's what hooks you in. Like the 1992 Royal Rumble. Like, look at that. Like, everyone thought, it was going to be Hogan that was going to win. Or, Ric Flair, obviously he ended up winning. Or it was going to be The Undertaker. Or is it going to be, Sid? Or is it going to be Piper? You know what I mean? Or Macho Man. Like, so, like, it ended up being Ric Flair. Like, Ric Flair was, obviously one of the top guys to win, but no one knew that Ric Flair was going to win the 92 Royal Rumble at the same time. So, and that's what it's feeling like for this particular Royal Rumble, if done correctly.
Right, exactly.
As long as my boy Big Bob is in that Royal Rumble, I don't care. I know what you're saying, though. I don't want to see no tag team wrestlers in the Rumble. I don't want to see it. No Butch, no Tyler Bate, no. None of them. Get Big Bob, get Sheamus in there, Gunther in there, Drew McIntyre in there, throw CM Punk in there, Cross. Shit, I gotta say it. Throw Santos Escobar in there.
Yeah.
Get all these guys that y'all be featuring on TV every week. Have them all in at the same time, because it's like, damn, who's gonna get thrown out first and who's gonna survive? Because I agree with y'all. This Rumble is gonna be dope. The Rumble itself is gonna be sick. Honestly, I don't even care if they're surprise entrants. That's how stacked their rosters are right now.
They don't even need them. It's not even needed. Really.
You're right, bro. They don't.
I mean, it'll happen. It'll happen. But yeah, you guys are right. Like it's just
happen for sure. But it's not needed.
At this point, it's just like an added thing. You know what I mean? But it's like an ice cream sundae. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll take chocolate on my ice cream sundae. Why the fuck not? I mean, it's already perfect the way it is. But and then the Women's Royal Rumble, I think could be interesting. I mean, even though it kind of seems one-sided at this point.
I feel like they want Bianca Belair to win it again. But
I don't know. But again, I love Bianca, but she's kind of cooled off a little bit.
She should join Bobby Lashley's crew. I know they got B-Fab joining, but they should have her join the crew.
I mean, I think the women's Royal Rumble is a little bit more unpredictable right now, just because of like they got so many other directions that they could go in with the women's Royal Rumble. Like right now, it's a 2-man race with Punk and Cody as far as who's actually going to win. Well, on the women's side, you can make a case for Bayley, you can make a case for Becky Lynch, you can make a case for Bianca Belair, you can make a case for a possible returning Liv Morgan, you can make a case for possibly returning Naomi. So like
or Sasha,
or Sasha.
Oh, why'd y'all mention her? See, y'all were doing so good until
I mean, I like Sasha, but anyway, but yeah, like you can mention all these names here, and I think the women's a little bit more unpredictable as of right now, as is looking on January the 10th.
I mean, the men in some ways is kind of unpredictable, depending because like here's an idea, and I doubt it'll happen. I mean, I kind of hope it doesn't happen, but what if The Rock comes out?
No, Drew, I don't want that. Just save him for Chamber. Let them break records for Chamber. Let them break all the records for Chamber. Let them sell out the Aussie Stadium. Let him do his thing for Chamber.
If The Rock comes out there, WWE's booking themselves in a corner, and it's no.
I mean, that's why I said if, and I doubt it will, because if this was a Vince thing, if Vince was still in charge, that would happen. But Triple H is very much about storytelling and booking it the right way, and not just, hey, let's bring back attractions because we don't have main eventers and we don't trust our main eventers.
I mean, yeah, Triple H is in charge, but The Rock has a lot of fucking say regardless. That could be over fucking creative.
But it's, I don't know. But Triple H is more like, we're doing shit my way.
No, I get what you're saying, but you're not looking at it from the point of view of The Rock is here. Oh, Endeavor wants this done. They want this for WrestleMania. That's over Triple H's head. So if Ari Emanuel's like, yeah, we want The Rock at WrestleMania to face off against Roman, guess the fuck what? Triple H, you better fucking figure out how you do it. But The Rock is going to be facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So I mean, I know Triple H is in charge, but I'm pretty sure that at some point, at some time, we are going to see a little bit of influences from Ari Emanuel. Not as far as like, hey, he's going to be part of creative or anything, but just like little things that the company's asking for because they know it's going to make a lot of money for the company at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, Rock and Roman, that's the biggest moneymaker for WrestleMania. Even though I don't want the match to happen at WrestleMania, that's just the fact of the matter.
Well, here's the thing. It's like Eric Bischoff had talked about how the Rock and Roman Elimination Chamber in Australia is much better for their international market because that opens the door for more international shows for WWE to do, and not just like, hey, we're going to do like maybe 2 or 3 out of the year, and most of them are going to be Saudi Arabia. It's like, no, we're going to do it maybe, we can do maybe like 4 or 5 a year, and not just Saudi Arabia. So, but also, I think...
I don't disagree with you. But I'm not saying... What I'm saying is, don't... Like, it's not out of the question. It's like not out of the realm of possibility that Endeavor wants to have The Rock at WrestleMania. It's not out of the question. Like,
right.
If you're saying it's like from a 0 to 100% chance, as of right now, I think it's maybe a 15% chance, 20% chance that we may see Rock and Roman at WrestleMania, and it could be influenced from Endeavor. As of right now, I think we're gonna get Rock and Roman at Elimination Chamber. As of right now, because of the Australian, I think like the Australian. Whatever, like whoever runs shit down over there, they bid for this show and they asked for The Rock. So I'm assuming that's what we're going to be getting, but who knows? We'll see.
And it just makes more sense because I'm pretty sure I was talking to RJ about this on our show, like this past Sunday. The last time Rock was at Australia, it was like for one of their UK like rebellion or insurrection pay-per-views.
Insurrection, yeah.
Early 2000s. So like that's a nice call for him to wrestle. Like he's been to Mania already like a couple times. Whether he wrestled, made a small appearance, he's been at Mania already. He hasn't been to Australia in like 20 years. That's a perfect selling point, for the Australian fans to sell out the show. And guys, y'all gotta remember, The Rock The Rock is always going to do what they ask him. The Rock will never bitch about putting somebody over or doing something somewhere. So if Triple H wants to, hey, we want to sell out Chamber, we want to break records at Chamber, we're going to have this match against Roman at Chamber, and Rock's going to go, okay. Because when was the last time we've ever heard Rock having trouble with putting somebody over? Never.
Oh no,
I mean,
never.
he gladly put over Hurricane Helms. Like, that was his call.
He put over He Who Must Not Be Named multiple times in SmackDown early 2001 when they were pushing him.
Who?
Chris Benoit. He put over Chris Benoit.
I was gonna say cross-faced.
Dun 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 dun.
I love
Hey, did I already tell you? Did I already tell you I saw the Von Erich movie, Iron Claw?
Oh, what'd you
How'd
think?
that go, bro?
It was a good movie. Did you see the ending sequence, the post credit sequence?
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch the movie. Just tell me.
You didn't see the post credit sequence?
What was the post credits?
So they went through the credits and whatnot, right? And it fades to black, right? And you just hear like a raspy voice where you just hear him, welcome to the WWE. You're gonna do very, very well here. I know you're gonna be a future world champion. Then all you hear is a voice where he's like, I won't let you down, Mr. McMahon. And it's a close up of his mouth. And all you see, and you don't see a tooth, and you just hear, and the screen goes black. They're doing a fucking a Benoit universe.
Oh,
That's bad,
Monty, that didn't actually happen. That didn't actually happen.
Oh, that didn't happen. Justin, why you? Justin, this is my first time me and you, and you fuck with me already. That's crazy.
Hey man, that's why.
That's crazy, bro.
Hey, but no, I mean they were gonna do a Benoit movie a while back, but the family has the rights to the story, and the director wanted to do the killing scene.
No, you bugging. What's wrong with you?
And the family said no, so they ended up pulling the project.
I would have said no too. Are you fucking dumb? What? Did the director forget he has a living son still? Why would you put him through that, dumbass?
Because it's art. Iron Claw was really good. One of my favorite movies of the year.
I gotta go see that shit.
But aside from the guy who played Ric Flair, the movie was really good.
that was like what, like 5 minutes of the movie though.
But it was just
it felt like a whole fucking promo.
It just was not good. I mean, it wasn't enough to make me say fuck this movie. It was more just like it was kind of like
it stuck out like a sore thumb.
Like, any guys ever seen Wayne's World 2?
Yeah.
You know the one scene with where Wayne is talking to that guy, and he's like, "I know this is like a small role, but we can at least get a better actor." And then they bring in Charlton Heston, like that. That's kind of how I felt about that scene. I'm like, okay, I know this is like a 2-minute scene, but you could have found at least a better actor to play Ric Flair. Like,
what they should have done is because they used that guy's real voice, they should have they could have used Jay Lethal's voice to dub over the actual promo itself, and just have him just have the Jay Lethal dubbed over version with his promo, if that makes sense.
But I mean, the guy couldn't even get the woo right. Like, that's. I mean, to be fair, now these guys didn't like the fucking Von Erichs either. So, what do you mean?
Zac Efron didn't look nothing like fucking Kevin. He had the same build, but as far as everything else, he didn't look. The only person that really looked like a Von Erich was Fritz, the actor that played Fritz. He looked just like fucking Fritz.
And David.
No,
I thought David looked like David Von Erich.
No, he did not.
I thought so, but I mean, Zac Efron did a great job acting. He's probably going to get an Oscar nomination.
Oh yeah, he did a fabulous job. It was great.
I mean, the way I see it, if the only knock on the film is that the actors aren't tall enough or whatever, then I'm fine with it. Because how many jacked, or not even jacked, but how many 6'4" blonde guys are in Hollywood? I mean, there's a few, but it's are you really going to get Chris Hemsworth to be one of the Von Erichs? No, you need.
He's already Hogan.
Well, man, apparently that fell through, and they're not going to do it.
I know, I'm just saying.
But I always thought that was weird. But Going back to, I guess, the topics at hand. So Raw happened. Ludwig Kaiser had his moment. Beating the ever-living dog shit out of Kofi Kingston. I'm happy about this. Our boy RJ was he was always kind of singing his praises. I was like, yeah, I don't know about that, RJ. And then I saw this, and I'm like, okay, RJ might have a point. This is his. I don't want to go as far as say as like this is a star moment, but this is my moment where I just go, that right there, like you know how Triple H would always say, that right there, that's your moment. You know, and it's just like, again, love Gunther. I was not liking the way that they were pushing his guys, because the way I always looked at it is like, you know, Gunther's a badass. You should have, you know, guys who are just as badass, maybe even more badass than him. Because to me, it's just like Gunther should always be like, you think I'm bad? Look at my boys over here.
Yeah, that's how I feel with this new Cross group. It's like,
exactly,
you want to fight me, but you got to fight these two twin towers. Like, how you gonna get to me if you got to fight these dudes? I totally agree with that.
You know, it's just like, and if you can't deal with my boys, you got to deal with my girl. She's twice as crazy as me.
Right.
You know? But for Ludwig just beating everything dog shit out of Kofi and getting like heel heat, I'm like, ooh, that was good. That's some good shit.
He could cut a good promo, bro. His promos are really good.
Oh yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
He's very good. He's very good. Like, he's someone that, you know, again, they're taking the time to really develop him, make him look like something. Especially since WWE's doing that Germany pay-per-view sometime later this year in like September, I think.
Yeah, and I called it when that pay-per-view was announced that Ludwig Kaiser will be involved in that show significantly. As of right now, I did say Gunther versus Ludwig Kaiser for the World Heavyweight Championship, but I don't know if obviously that was before CM Punk came back, so I have no idea.
I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be Ludwig Kaiser versus Jey Uso for the Intercontinental Championship, because Jey Uso is gonna be the one to dethrone Gunther. I've been saying it for like a year, bro.
I don't want to see that.
Why not? Why not?
Does he need the Intercontinental Championship?
Yes, he does, bro. That'll be his first major singles title, and on top of it, you can't call yourself.
I don't think he should. I don't think he should be the one to be Gunther. I think it should be a brand new star, someone like Ilya. I think Ilya should be fucking Gunther.
That's a good shout. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, Jay is more realistic to being Gunther everyone else, but like, God, man, I don't know how I feel about that. To be honest,
Justin, hear me out, bro. He calls himself Main Event Jey Uso, right?
Yeah, for a mid-card belt.
Yeah, but wait. What's Gunther been doing with that belt?
Yeah, he's been yeah,
right.
Yeah,
well, and the last time Jey Uso main evented and won something that won, he pinned Roman. What better to top that on your resume than to dethrone the guy who hasn't lost at all? Now, when you say I'm main event Jey Uso, people gonna believe you the main event because you just pinned Roman, and then the following year you just beat Gunther. Oh, so you really are the main event? Okay, you the real deal. You gotta add value to that moniker. You can't just be called a moniker. You can't just have that and then just have random main event matches. It's just, I don't know. You gotta put some. Gunther's called the ring general, right? And for the past year, over a year and a half, he's been showing why he's the ring general. All right, so Triple H, why is he called main event Jey Uso? Tell me, show me. That's why I think he should be Gunther. That's the only way you can solidify him as main event. Not facing his brother in a 1v1. That match will be bomb. I'm sorry. I'm not for that. Him facing Jimmy's gonna be whack. It's gonna be whack. What they gonna do? The same moves to each other? Same super kicks, trade super kicks? We're gonna be watching the AEW Dynamite match. I'm good.
It'd be like Mad Nick Jackson going 1-on-1.
Yeah, nah, hell no. Yeah, I'm not.
Don't please don't sully the good name of the Usos with the Jacksons.
But that's what it would look like. It would look like they're doing the same move.
Nah.
What they gonna do? We gonna
Nah.
do trade Samoan drops?
I mean,
Get
it's
outta
two.
here.
I mean, it's
I'm
two
not gonna
Samoans. They'll beat the fuck out of each other. If it's the Jacksons, will be a slap boy. What do you call it? Slap boy
Bro.
sissy fight or sissy boy slap
one-
fight?
One more joke on these guys. They came out there to end Dynamite with how you botch the '80s mustache porno, the porno stash. They
I
fucked
don't know.
that
I don't know
up.
what.
Like,
I don't know what they're doing with that.
seen that mustache? That shit was so thin. I'm like, Jesus, man.
I mean,
At least do it
I
right.
actually like when they had the funny beards with the mustache. I thought that was a lot better with the earrings and shit. I thought that was a lot better than wherever the fuck that was. That was that's Ron Jeremy levels.
Yo, that shit.
Ugh. Ugh.
It's funny. It looked like they smeared shit in front of their nose. Like, what the fuck? God.
So for the rest of Raw, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. They retain their tag titles. That was a match. The Miz versus JD McDonough. The Miz ended up winning. R-Truth came out. R-Truth still continuing his, his path to being a part of the Judgment Day. He even had a dramatic sit-down interview where he said, ever since the day I was born, the first thing I told the doctor was, I want to be in the Judgment Day. And he, was showing like different ways of him.
That was pretty good.
I love R-Truth. And him saying, I was at the Judgment Day. I was at the Judgment Day in your house pay-per-view. R-Truth's great. Yeah, Miz got the win. Go ahead. Oh, anyone say something?
Nope.
Okay, sorry.
Nah.
What else happened? Ivar versus Otis in a big meaty men slapping meat match, or Meat Planet, as Wade Barrett calls it. He just loves saying that. Decent match. Big
He's
Hoss
funny.
match. I love Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett and Michael Cole. I like the fact that they're working out now because, again, I like Michael Cole and Pat. Just, I love them working together. Pat's more than likely not going to be back full time. So, but yeah, Wade Barrett and Michael Cole have been working out, a lot better now. They have better chemistry. Ivar got the win. Seth Rollins came out to basically hype up everything that's been going on, the Rumble match, blah, blah, blah. Jinder Mahal comes out yet again to give his America is awful promo and Portland is awful promo. And, they hype up a match for next week. So next week it's going to be Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship. This match, these two do have a history. They did face each other in a tournament in NXT to determine the first ever NXT champion, which Seth Rollins won. So, this does kind of have a long-term storytelling, or more
No, it does
more.
not. No.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me correct myself. This is more so storytelling that takes long.
It's neither one of those. It's just a happenstance. They just happen to face each other for the NXT championship, the inaugural NXT championship 12 years ago. And now they're just happening to facing each other for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's not. There's nothing long-term storytelling. It's not a long story being told. It's nothing of that nature at all. That's like saying, Seth Rollins faced off against Kevin Owens in Ring of Honor. Now they face off against each other here. Long-term storytelling. Like, no, they have nothing to do with each other.
I will say this though. Aside from the America and Portland stuff, I hate to say it, guys, but that Jinder Mahal promo was not even bad. My man was talking his shit. I can't believe I'm saying that. I was really like, okay.
No, he's always been a decent promo. He's always been a decent promo.
I was really happy with it. Like, usually, aside from the, what Drew said, the usual heel shtick, I'm like, okay. When he talks, he got conviction in his voice. Like, just, I don't know. Like Justin said, I don't have no faith in this shit. Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Just, it's I'll say this: Jinder Mahal, he had like when he was a champion, he was great with the Singh brothers. Fucking theme songs also came out like a fucking Bond villain. Bond henchman, really. He's probably more of a Bond henchman, but like a Bond henchman, just fucking great shit. You know what I mean? His presentation. Then the bell rings. Like, you know, he's not like John Gonzalez or Greg Khali bad, but he didn't really pass as someone that, you know, as a ring general per se that can call matches and whatnot. Even John Cena got fucking better, you know, in the ring over time. You know what I mean? Jinder Mahal wasn't that guy, and I don't foresee, you know, it being, you know, 7 years later that he's gotten better. He's 7 years older now.
No, like he's someone that would have worked better in the territories, and coincidentally, I've been watching a lot of like territory stuff that you suggested, Justin. You know, I have a lot of territory stuff, a lot of Ring of Honor.
Have you watched Memphis yet, by chance?
Have I watched what?
Memphis.
Did I watch Memphis? No, I watched Smoky Mountain actually, but I actually do have Memphis on my watch list. I have a bunch of shit, but Memphis is actually on my watch list. But but yeah, Jinder is somebody I think could have worked better in the territories because he would have gotten enough heel heat, you know, with his anti-American gimmick, and it wouldn't have mattered the fact that he wasn't good in the ring.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's very much about work rate. You know what I mean? Because like LA Knight isn't the greatest in the ring, but like he's over as fuck. But he can have a decent match in the ring. Yeah. You know, same thing with Cena, same thing with Orton. You know, Roman in some aspects, but Roman's Roman. He's a star. You know, Jinder just is not good at all. Like he's not shown any improvement. Decent promo, I'll give you that. He's a decent promo. He looks like $1 million. And you know, Tony Khan just happened to make him the biggest babyface in the WC. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah. That's your I guess your main event match for next week? Question mark. But speaking of main events, main event of Raw was Cody Rhodes versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a street fight. Fantastic match. I like Nakamura in this role. I like the fact that they're allowing Nakamura to not cut these long ass promos in English. He's cutting it in his native tongue. He's an anime villain, and I love it. I love what I see. And I like the fact that he's more methodical and slow speaking in his promos and, you know, telling Cody, you know, I'm going to ruin you and I'm going to finish my story. And, you know, Cody being the all-American babyface. And, again, they're not making this into a USA versus, you know, Japan thing or whatever. It's more so just like Cody is the white meat babyface and Nakamura is this evil anime villain who wants to ruin Cody and take away his honor and his legacy and blah, blah. And the match ended up being fantastic. I thought it was interesting how, like, a lot of it was more... They found ways to, like, kind of decipher it and say, let's do a little bit in the ring, let's do a little bit outside. And let's not, you know, use kendo sticks like 80 million times. Like, I like how Cody is like, you know, fine, we'll use a kendo stick, but let's not fall in love with it. Let's use other shit. And it worked. The timekeeper ended up, you know, getting missed in the face, so I'm like, oh shit. But of course, Cody got the win in a very competitive back and forth match. Nice TV main event, I'll say that, for Monday Night Raw. But overall, what'd you guys think about the main event of Raw this week?
Just like you said, nice TV main event. A lot of heat back and forth. Cody wins. Hopefully this feud's over. Hope we can move on. So
it's over. But Monty, any thoughts on the main event of Raw before we can move on?
I just told RJ Sunday that I was scared that Shinsuke was gonna lose, and he did lose. So I'm just a little disappointed in that. The match was great, so I was just a little disappointed he lost because this is now the fourth loss in a row he's taken on television as this new heel. I hate when they make someone a heel and then he gets no credible wins to validate his heel turn and like this whole new attitude. And it was just the whole build was so good for him and he just lost. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Cody could have took a L and it wouldn't have bothered him none. It wouldn't have bothered him shit. It honestly would have probably furthered his babyface of like overcoming leading into the Rumble. But it is what it is. That was my only complaint. The match was good though. I was looking forward for this match because Shinsuke fucking told a hell of a story through those fucking like anime type vignettes. It was like I was reading an anime book, like as he was telling the promos. It was fantastic. I felt like I was reading a manga. Like it was great. But I just wished he won because if y'all remember. He lost three matches in a row to Seth Rollins as a heel once he turned heel, and then this was his next program following that, and then he loses again. It's like say back then in 2004, 2005, if JBL turned heel, but he kept losing to Eddie Guerrero, that heel turn would have meant shit. It's like, what have you done as a heel? And that's like the one question I have to ask Shin. What have you done since you turned heel? Nothing. You lost. I just hate that. That's my only thing.
Well, that's what I was saying, before, like, Shin is kind of like in Bray Wyatt's role that Bray had for a while, where, like, Bray is, the menacing heel that comes in a feud with the white-hot babyface, and then they feud for a few months, and in the end he loses, and then he goes away. You know what I mean? Like, I think Shin will get a win, but, like, it'll be against somebody who's, like, more so, like, lower mid card, middle of the road babyface, as opposed.
He did.
Nakamura is gonna win matches against like an Otis, a Chad Gable, a JD McDonough, guys like that, guys that's on the show, but they're not really a threat. Nakamura is not gonna be a Jey Uso. He's not gonna beat, obviously a Cody or a LA Knight or guys like that. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to be like the guys that are above him on the card.
Right.
And just the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's just
right.
I would have liked the heel turn to pay off. Like, I don't know. I guess I want shit right now, and as a fan.
No, I feel you because I'm a huge Nakamura fan. I love Nakamura, but I'm just looking at it from like, where does he sit in the landscape of WWE right now? And right now, he's being used to advance other baby faces.
I mean, do you think he's kind of in a position of like someone that they trust to get over, your white meat babyface?
Yeah, probably. That's probably why Triple H turned him heel. And you know what? The wrestlers are going to have more faith under Triple H, only for the simple fact that, they like Triple H, and most of these guys are with him in NXT. That's why DIY is getting a push right now against Imperium. Like, there's a lot of them like that. They just trust him. But honestly, I trust him too. I'm not going to lie. I can tell. You're like, I say this all the time about CM Punk. Like, don't you guys think when CM Punk first came back, walked in the backstage in the locker rooms, all the wrestlers, and probably realized, damn, this shit really did change. Like, the morale's way different than when I was here. Yeah, and he probably told Triple H that same shit. He probably, on that phone call they had, he probably told him. Like, I can already know that the landscape and the backstage, the environment is completely different from when we were working. And you made it more like an actual family, and that's not just words. Like, you really go by that, and you could tell he gave the wrestlers a whole week off to be with their families. Like, and CM Punk probably, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, you know what? I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm gonna make everybody money here, and I'm gonna do my part and stay in my lane. And you got it, boss. Like, straight up. But I definitely think they trust him more, guys. Shinsuke probably trusts Triple H. And I guess, like you guys, right? You guys, like you said, this is as far as he's gonna go. It sucks for me because, like Justin, I like Nakamura a lot. I've always liked Nakamura. So it's all right though. I mean, hey, I like Cody Rhodes too. So to me, that's Captain America. So shit. I swear, that's like.
He did defeat racism. I mean,
he did. I mean, he
solved racism 3 times actually.
I ain't gonna lie, since he's half Cuban, he's half a compa to me. So, I mean, hey.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And, gotta keep the Hispanics together, bro. Well, at least half my Hispanics, because I got Big Bob over there handling down for the culture, too, so.
Nice. But that was Raw. Let me just go over NXT real quick, and we'll just get to the news.
NXT was good.
NXT is always good. It's more so the best show out of WWE. It's consistent. You had Nikita Lyons versus Blair Davenport to kind of I guess continue the feud. I don't know if it's going to continue after this, but Davenport got the win. Like Monty said, Lyons kind of needs to improve her kicks. I mean, for I don't want to say a big girl. I mean, yeah, I guess she's a big girl, but like for a big girl, Nikita, she's she's very flexible. I'll just say that, and she has like some pretty nice kicks, but she needs to kind of like tighten them up a little bit more, if that makes sense. But Davenport got the win as she should, because they're still pushing Davenport as your heel mean girl, woman of the group. Your Dusty Classic. Gallows versus Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin. I'm liking Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker together. They're, I guess, like the buddy cop, movie between the two. And of course, Corbin and Breaker got the win. Let's see, did I miss anything else? No. Lola Vice comes out to kind of teasing that she might cash in her breakout tournament contract against Lyra Valkyria until Tatum Paxley comes out to make the save. And then Tatum Paxley still being the stalker of Lyra Valkyria. I'm digging it. I like it. So let's see where that goes. Not Tatum Paxley. Tiffany Stratton starting her first day on the farm. Helping out Fallon Henley clean her farm. That was lovely. That was great to see those two work together.
That was mad funny. Oh my god. She was like, the droppings, horse shit. But I'm kind of mad. Yeah, I'm kind of mad they fucking blocked it out. They could say bitch on fucking USA Network, but they can't say horse shit. Give me a break.
I don't know, but
that shit was funny. That shit was funny as hell. She was like, horse shit? Like...
I don't know. Those two have great chemistry together. Those two are so great. See, guys, I love the fucking skits that don't happen, but in the backstage, yo. Shawn Michaels is really tapping into that. I can really further character development and a storyline, and it don't even have to involve a match. I like that because then when they finally
doing those backstage segments, like what they do with what they did with Tiffany Stratton and Fallon Henley. That's the shit that you used to see in the fucking 80s and 90s. Like,
bro, I fuck with
imagine all the skits that we saw back in the day. Like, for example, like a Crash Holly being at fucking like at the airport fucking for the 24/7 title, and they had shit like that. You don't see that shit no more on the main roster a lot, but they do a lot on NXT.
Remember come through the Rock's brand new Brahma Bull Championship into the river?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wait, was it that, or did the Rock throw his belt? They threw somebody's belt. It was one of the two.
Austin threw the Intercontinental. I think he threw the Intercontinental Championship in the river, and then
that was the Rock's. Yep.
So I think you're a piece of shit. Here's what I want to tell you. And then he just throws his belt in there. And then I think
he threw deeper in there too.
And then didn't Undertaker throw him in the river, or I don't know who threw who in the river. I'm forgetting.
The Rock punched Austin in the river.
Oh, that was
so funny. Yeah, but no, I like it. Like, you don't need, because then when they finally have the 1v1 match that you want so bad, there's so much that because it's been going on, and it leads up to this match. Like, that's so cool, bro. I like it. It's just fun.
Yeah, a lot of it's far-fetched though, because Austin should have been dead.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people on wrestling should have been dead. Like, The Rock should have been dead when he got hit by a fucking semi in an ambulance.
Well, you know who actually should have been dead? The Giant, when he fucking fell off a Cobo Hall. During the monster truck battle.
Or Kurt Angle getting chokeslammed off a ledge by the Big Show.
Oh, he killed him.
Yeah, he had a broken leg too.
He killed him. Oh my god.
I killed him.
Or fucking Kane falling into the pit of fire by Shane McMahon. Burning now, you son of a bitch.
Or Heidenreich raping Michael Cole in the back while citing poetry.
There's no way that should have been on TV, bro. Oh my god.
I mean, there's a lot of shit that should have been on TV. You shouldn't have had Triple H dressing up as Kane and having sex with a mannequin. And
Your brains out.
oh god!
I'll never forget when Kurt Angle stopped mid-match to go try to have sex with Booker T's wife. I'm like, yo, he's really insane.
The type of he called it bestiality sex.
Most
Yeah,
people
I
have
was like,
vices.
God damn.
Booker, most people have vices. Mine are sluts.
I was just like, oh damn, like what happened? Like, oh my god, he really stopped mid match and said, you know what? It's time to have sex. I'm like, nah, what?
That's crazy, yo.
That shit was crazy, bro. I'm like, there's no fucking way. Oh, when Vince McMahon said the N word to John Cena, yo, oh my god, bro. My dad was sick because I remember when Booker T said it. My dad said, "Can you believe what he just said?" I'm just like, what he said? He said, "You know what he said."
Tell me, he just didn't say that.
Yo, I'm like, there's no way. He's so lucky. He said, "Yo, oh my god, bro." Yeah, a lot of shit definitely should have not been on TV.
Oh man! But in this case, this was an innocent, harmless segment. Between,
Harmless.
yeah, it looked like a Disney Channel movie. You had Fountain Heaven, who's the farm girl. Then you had pretty girl, rich pretty girl Tiffany Stratton. What kind of hijinks can they get into? But this is a perfect segment. I loved it. I love both of these two, and I adore Fallon Henley. I think she's amazing, and I think she can be NXT Women's Champion before the end of the year. That's how much I have faith in her. Next is Josh Briggs versus Oro Mensah. It was a match. It happened. I mean, that's
He fucked him up. Nah, he fucked him up, bro. Just call it for what it is. Josh Briggs fucked him up.
Josh Briggs,
that beating was so bad, he pushed my ancestors back like 5 years, bro.
Oh wait.
What?
he was my most improved.
He's good. I like him. Like big burly off the farm looking motherfucker. Like what else can you want?
He got that blue collar gimmick going, and people like change his gimmick. I'm like, why? If you watch, because Shawn Michaels did it, like I was saying with the Stratton shit. They working men. They have a bar, family owned bar. Like, hello, he's a blue collar worker. That's something everybody can relate to, especially nowadays. What are you talking about? It's a perfect gimmick.
Especially when he was involved, when he was the Evolved champion. Like, he didn't have no fucking gimmick, so.
Right, so at least he got something. And like Drew said, it's when he be throwing them strikes, nah, I'm not taking that clothesline. I'm sorry. There's just certain moves I'm not taking from certain people, and that's definitely one of them. Hell no. He killed Oro Mensah. Josh Briggs basically said, "Oh, I'm pussy." Like what? Killed him. He should. Let me ask you guys something. You think he should beat Noam Dar?
For the Heritage? No. I mean, if you're gonna have Josh Briggs,
not for the Heritage Cup. No.
I mean, if it's for a title, obviously, like the bigger ones, like the NXT Championship or the North American Championship, which we'll talk about in the main event. But yeah, just Josh Briggs, I want him for more meaningful feuds. If you're gonna push him, you know what I mean. So
right.
But next is the NXT Championship or NXT Tag Team Championships. I'm sorry, the Family versus Out the Mud. Out the Mud's best showing so far.
Yes, but they need work, Drew. I'm not gonna lie. I like these guys.
Oh no, they need work definitely, but this is probably their best match so far.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, I always say this, but it's like the shit that I took yesterday is better than the shit that I took this morning. It's still not great.
That's what I don't know. I like them so. I like Bronco Nima a lot.
Bronco Nima is like he's a great promo.
Yeah, he's a real dog. Like I really like that shit, and he sticks to it. Like it literally feels. Bronco Nima. I swear to y'all, Bronco Nima looks like a dude. And if I walked outside my crib, I could see Bronco Nima just walking down the street. I'm dead serious. Like he has that legitimate, like if it's like an authentic hood look. And he rocking the Jordans just like any other hood dude. I still wear J's to this day, and I see everybody. It feels so authentic to me. And then they got Reggie out there. I'm like, get this man out of here.
Yeah, Reggie is a little bit out of place there. And now they have Jada Parker with them.
Right.
Yeah, I think they're gonna make a nice. They're gonna make themselves a nice little group. Now I will say this. This may shock some of you.
Parker.
This may shock you guys. I think Bronco Nima has a great upside. I think he has not as good as this guy, but he's probably a tier and a half below this guy. I think Bronco Nima, if everything put together, has good as upside as Braun Breaker.
Ooh, that's a nice. I'm not gonna. That's nice. That's nice. Like I said,
because I think Braun Breaker is like heads and shoulders above Bronco Nima right now. But if you get Bronco Nima, we'll see how Bronco Nima looks at this time next year. We'll see where he's at.
Yeah, what a difference a year can make. Which is, that's the point of NXT.
I said, I think they just made a couple of 1 or 2 reversal errors. That was it. That was it. I just think they just made a couple. They looked confused. Like I noticed, y'all were confused. That's not good.
Just like experience. They're gonna once they get more experience, they're gonna iron out those wrinkles.
Yeah, you're right. Oh wow, that was a nice. Damn, Justin, that was a nice analogy. Because that's it. It's just a little tweaks that they gotta pull. Because I don't know. I like that. I just love when if you're a big guy, wrestle like a big dude. Like your moves look more impactful to me. Like my man makes that. What's that move? That thing? I don't know what they call that shit. When you run from the rope and you like jump on the dude's neck and while he's just dangling on the rope.
Oh no.
I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but it looks really like I don't want to. That shit would look like it hurt me. Like I'm not doing that. I don't know. I just like when big wrestlers wrestle big.
Yeah, exactly. Who would have thought of that? Simple idea.
Right. They want everybody to do flips nowadays, bro. That's why.
Yeah, just again. I'm old school. It's like with basketball. Like I hate when centers shoot threes. It's just
you do.
Like be a fucking center and post. I'm sorry,
but the game changed though.
Again, it's just like if I see Victor Wembanyama waiting for fucking 3-pointers, like dude, you're 7'5". Go in the post,
bro. Listen, I seen Victor throw an alley-oop dunk to himself, and he didn't even jump. Okay, I don't want to hear nothing. You got it made.
The game is different. Okay, so in football, do you think they should be running I formation and just run the ball every all 3 downs?
I don't give a fuck about football. I'm talking about basketball.
I'm just saying, like, things have changed. Game has changed, kind of like with wrestling. Wrestling has evolved as well. Now, I will say this: I do agree that big men should wrestle like big men, but if they can do elements of different stuff that works with their character and works with their moveset, then sure, do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But just to do it, like, it looks kind of weird.
If it makes sense, don't just don't do shit you can't fucking do. What I mean? It's like when Brock tried to do the shooting star, press at Mania that one year. It's like, okay, it looks cool, but you shouldn't do it.
Have you ever seen him? Have you ever seen him do a shooting star press prior to?
No, but it's just like, you wanted to break.
I gotta get you a video now because this motherfucker.
I mean, I know he did an OVW, but it's just like, he wanted to break it out for the main event of Mania. Fine,
it was
just like,
mate.
It's just like, I don't know. I don't want to see him. I mean, obviously he didn't do that ever again, but
he almost died. He almost fucking died, bro.
Overall, I think maybe with basketball and wrestling, it's different because Wembanyama is 7'5" and he's doing alley oops to himself. It's just like he got a triple double tonight, so fucking awesome. Go Spurs!
He only played 21 minutes tonight too.
Yeah, they beat the Pistons, the worst team in the league. So good.
Oh well, I mean, Jesus.
My team just
if we didn't win that game, I may have killed myself.
My team just lost by like 30 something, so I can't even really talk.
Oh wait, who's your team?
The Warriors.
Oh shit, man. Well, I mean, y'all, I don't know what's going on with y'all right now, to be honest. But
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Shit.
I don't know.
Jonathan Kuminga, like he was like, "Oh, I want more minutes. I'm gonna shave my head," and
I know.
he's having a midlife crisis right now.
They gotta trade Andrew Wiggins. He's the problem. He's hogging up 30-some minutes.
Yeah, he's
averaging like 15 or 14 points. Nah, hell no. You can't be doing it. And you're not even playing defense anymore like you did last year. Hell no. Hell no.
Shit, Clay has really gone down.
Clay's a streaker. That's the worst part about Clay. He'll have five. He had 5-6 games straight with like 25 points, right? Averaging 25 points a game. Like the next 2 games, 12, 11. Like, bro, what?
He's not as consistent as he once was.
Yeah, you can't do that. And then Steph be having his off games. I think the game we lost at home, to the Heat, I believe, we were winning, and we lost it in the 4th. He had like 8 points the whole game at home. That's bum. And I'm a Steph Curry fan, and that's bum. That's bum. I'm not letting that slide. Hell no.
Yeah, I don't know, man. NBA season is going weird right now. John Morant tore his labrum. He's out for the season now. He just came back,
and they were undefeated since he came back.
Yeah, I feel for the guys. I feel for Memphis.
What do you think about Spurs wanting DeJounte back?
Y'all should never traded his ass.
Well, no. If we didn't trade him, we wouldn't have Wemby.
Is that true? Was he a part of that? Was he one of those draft picks? You sure?
Yeah,
I think they got that draft.
I think what he's saying is just like if they didn't trade him, they wouldn't have gotten the worst record in the league.
We would have been more competitive. Yeah, we would have been more competitive. I'm fine with getting back DeJounte.
I mean, they need an actual point guard.
It depends who we get back. Like, because I like Trey Jones. I don't want to give up Trey Jones. He's a great backup.
They might need to trade Keldon.
Keldon, I'm okay with. I like him off the bench.
I'd rather keep Vassell. I'd rather keep Vassell.
No, Vassell ain't going nowhere. He's honestly like it's like Doug McDermott. I'll give him Malachi Branham, a draft pick. Who else?
Y'all have Doug McDermott, bro.
Oh yeah, he's been on our team for like the last 3 seasons. It's like his 3rd season now with us.
Y'all gotta get rid of him. What? Yeah. That's the obvious answer.
Yeah, Doug McDermott, man. But yeah.
What?
Yeah, get rid of him, Brenham. Which I like Brenham, but you can get rid of him and Keldon.
I mean, he's fine, but like he's not what we need on this team right now.
Yeah, exactly. And like that one time we were talking in the shop, get an actual power forward, get a fucking Steven Adams, Jaren Jackson Jr. power forward.
Oh, that's in the draft though. Like we ain't gonna get that shit this year.
I mean, you never know, maybe. But anyway, let's continue. NXT.
Well, I put that shooting star press in the chat. It's a Chris Van Vliet clip, and Brock Lesnar could do a fucking shooting star press with ease.
Right. But, just, again. Anyways, continue. NXT. Cora Jade versus Gigi Dolan. It was a match.
Just skip it. She sucks, bro. Not Gigi. Cora Jade's bum.
Cora Jade's not good at all. Gigi.
No, bro.
Gigi's passable, but... Yeah,
but they are. I'll put it to you this way: they both were not going to elevate each other in this match.
No, because Gigi, I feel like Gigi just had her best match against Blair at what was that pay-per-view, guys? Fuck. Was it pay-per-view or was it a live? I think it was Halloween Havoc. One of the nights they fought. Yeah, that match was good. That was like Gigi Dolan's best match, and that was like a couple months ago. Yeah, ain't no way she was gonna help.
Blair Davenport was in fucking stardom, just like fucking wrestling like all these Japanese joshis. You know what I mean?
She's nice. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Blair Davenport is nice. Like she's the perfect bad girl, like bad heel as a woman.
I mean, she was dating Will Ospreay, so she probably learned something from that too. So
she be fucking them girls up, bro.
I mean, here's something Monty might like. Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus Hank Walker and King Ledger.
Yep. You're right about that.
Frazier and Axiom getting the win. Good tag teams. I mean, good tag team, formation between Frazier and Axiom. They're both friends in real life. And the main event, which happened after Lexus King, I guess, asked for a North American title shot, being the ultimate troll that he is. Lexus King versus Dragon Lee for the North American Championship. Dragon Lee got the win, of course. Decent match. Afterwards, Obafemi, who was the winner of the breakout tournament for the men's, cashed in his contract and is now the new NXT North American champion.
Let's go.
Thoughts?
I'm hyped. I liked Obafemi since his that first match he had. I think it was a while back. And I think he started doing NXT Level Up matches. And he could talk. There's always one thing that these young guys have, and there's one thing that these young guys don't have. But he's straight from that NIL contract, and he could talk. And his wrestling, he it's like he's green, but it's like the way he knows what to do already and what not to do, he makes himself look not green. And it's like, that's crazy. And I feel like Shawn Michaels saw that shit too, and he was like, I'm not wasting him. He's 21, guys. That's crazy.
22.
22, yeah.
He's 22. That's crazy.
He's the youngest NXT champion ever in all aspects, I think.
Yeah.
He's nice. He's nice, guys. I'm hyped. They finally got a young, black, promising megastar to me. Like, no joke. That the way he handled himself on the promo on the mic, that's it, man. That is it. Do more with the presentation. Give his entrance grandiose. He's set. He's dead ass set. And I think Shawn Michaels sees that. That's why he ain't wasting no time putting that belt on him. He about to go on a crazy North American run.
I'll say this. I think it's too soon for him to have the belt.
I was going to ask you that, yeah.
I think it's too soon for him to have the belt. He's crazy talented. I like him.
Yeah, he is.
I like him. Crazy talent. I like him. I think it's too soon to have him with the belt because if you don't watch Level Up, because he was on Level Up previously, right?
Right.
Some of the fans are still trying to know who he is. The fans who are watching. Now, he has a lot of great upside, things of that nature. And this was definitely not do or die for him because he's only 22, and obviously there's promise in him already. He's got to be in the record books forever as a champion in WWE. But the North American title, despite what anyone says, that is, out of all belts in WWE in the past 5 years, this is the workers' belt.
Right.
It's not the Intercontinental belt. It's not the U.S. belt. The Intercontinental belt now is the workers' belt because of Gunther. But I'm saying on average in the last 5 years, that's what the North American title is. Because you had guys like Johnny Gargano and Velveteen Dream and Ricochet and Adam Cole and, had guys like that holding the belt, putting on great matches. Not to say that he cannot have a great match, obviously, because, you had a great match in, in the finals of the tournament. Well, I won't say great. It was very good. But at the end of the day, though, this is going to be a test for him. They want to see how they put the belt on him and who's he going to be feud up against. His first feud is going to set the tone for his championship reign. So, I wish him the luck. I wish him luck. I wish him the best because I do like him. I just wish I could have waited a little bit longer. And why me a little bit longer, maybe a month. They didn't put the title on him or something like that. But I think the major reason, I don't really think the major reason is, we need Obafemi as champion. It's, we need, we need fucking Dragon Lee back on SmackDown only. Pretty much.
I mean, it's kind of like, I like to use this terminology. It's like a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation where, WWE kind of booked themselves into a corner. In this case, they found a guy who's actually crazy talented, but he's also 22 and he's new, and now he's having all this success super fast. I mean, hopefully, and from what it seems like, he's handling the success a lot better, and hopefully it's not a thing where he kind of lets it get to his head pretty soon. And it's the tournament was kind of predictable because people saw Femi. It's like, okay, that's a star, and he knows how to work. He's still green, but he knows how to work. I didn't see them putting it on Riley Osborne. Granted, I like Riley Osborne, and maybe that could be a feud they can revisit in maybe like a year, or maybe towards the end of the year. So, but again, like you said, I wish him luck. I kind of hope it doesn't turn into and I hate to say it because he's already proved himself, but like a Randy Orton situation where he got all this success way too quick. And granted, Orton was able to kind of work his way back and be the guy he is today. You know what I mean? So, but again, I wish him luck. And his first feud, like you said, is going to be the one that kind of really kind of sets the table for who he is as a star. So Monty was writing something. Sorry, my phone died. Thank you for letting me kick me. Thanks, Monty. Thank you for hopping on, bro.
Oh, Monty's gone. Oh, man.
Yeah, Monty had his phone died, so he has to unfortunately bid us adieu.
All right.
But that was NXT, people. Let's get into the news. I have some news. Not a lot of news, but oh shit! I just had something. Hold on, let me get it back real quick. Give me 1 second, people. Actually, you know what? I have it right here. I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright. This is an AEW story. It's all in case you guys might have heard about it. A young man by the name of DJ Woo Kid, who was backstage at AEW All In, said on the Jim and Sam show on SiriusXM yesterday that CM Punk was going ballistic backstage at the event, and there was lots of blood, quote-unquote, during the scuffle with Jack Perry. Woo Kid was there to take place in an entrance with Prince Nana and Swerve. He confirmed that there was a huge brawl and that the big Hawaiian-looking dude, being not CM Punk, but Samoa Joe, was trying to break it up. Kid says Tony Khan was screaming at Punk, saying something about him ruining, quote-unquote, this moment for everyone and to get the fuck out of there and wrestle. So I guess DJ Woo Kid doesn't have didn't sign an NDA, which maybe Tony Khan didn't expect him to say anything, but apparently there was lots of blood in the fight or in the scuffle going on with CM Punk and Jack Perry.
Well, it sounds like it was Jack Perry, not CM Punk.
Yeah, exactly. And also another thing that I heard about, I'm surprised there hasn't been anything leaked. Backstage at a Wembley Arena, there was cameras everywhere. So how was anything not leaked?
I think that was probably something between AEW and the Wembley Stadium for legal reasons.
Right. I mean, I think with this story, this is same thing with this story and same thing with like the backstage, fight at the media scrum. It's going to be something that I don't think we're ever going to hear like the actual story. Again, because of NDAs and everything in place, and I also think like Punk. I think Punk just doesn't care anymore. He doesn't want to talk about it. He's in a better place. The Bucks can't talk about it, and apparently their reputation has been besmirched. And the only person that really can talk about it is Ace Steel's wife. But I mean, I don't know. But it's going to be one of those things where you're going to hear different stories, and you're never really going to know the true story. So it's going to be one of wrestling's, one of wrestling's, greatest myths, so to speak, if you had to say so. But that happened. Another story: WWE and A&E will be airing new episodes of Rivals and Legends on February the 25th. Kicking off the night each week, WWE Rivals returns with actor and former WWE writer Freddie Prinze Jr. hosting a discussion on some of the epic rivalries that built WWE. It'll be a 1-hour episode with a round table to discuss the best rivalries in WWE history. This year, rivalries will be Triple H and The Rock, Jake the Snake Roberts and Macho Man Randy Savage, The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, John Cena versus Randy Orton, The Miz versus Daniel Bryan, which that's interesting, and the Hardy Boys versus the Dudley Boys versus Edge and Christian. So it's weird because That's you got 4 guys that are in AEW. Well, I guess 5 guys are in AEW, but yeah, and they're in their IP, I guess. But that should be.
I mean, there's no ill will with any of those names in WWE, so I think that's fine.
Right. And for WWE, the biographies this year, Randy Orton will get his own biography special. That should be fun. Sergeant Slaughter. Scott Hall, a.k.a. Razor Ramon, Chico, Diamond Dallas Page, the British Bulldog, and the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. So what do you think about that lineup, Justin?
I like the WWE documentaries that they do. I think they're always well done, shot, full of detail. So, yeah, should be looking forward to that.
Yeah, very much looking forward to that. WWE announces it's hired a sports media veteran as new head of production to take over for, I was going to say Kevin Feige, Kevin Dunn. Let's see, who's the name of the dude? Lee Fitting. How very fitting. He was notable telecast, Monday Night Football, College Game Day, the College Football Playoff, and other properties under the Disney umbrella. Lee is a phenomenal leader and executive known for work that generates both critical acclaim and mass appeal, said WWE President Nick Khan. Lee will be a tremendous addition to our stellar media and production team and play a key role in helping catapult WWE's growth. Lee's arrival to WWE comes on the heels of his departure from ESPN in August 2023. As well as the recent exit of longtime WWE executive Kevin Dunn. But yeah. So they got a guy who worked with college football in the NFL to be the new guy to take over for Kevin Dunn's role. I think it's interesting. You have a guy who worked in sports. Triple H is trying to push the current WWE product as more of a not just a wrestling show, but also a sports show. And now you have a sports guy who kind of knows how television works in some aspects. What do you think about Kevin Dunn's new replacement?
Not really familiar with him or his work, but if he's here to replace Kevin Dunn, he must be damn good at his job. And they just need to take out some of the nauseating stuff that Kevin Dunn has done over the years, but keep some of the great stuff that Kevin Dunn has done over the years. So. And just kind of mix it in and, make something new out of it.
There you go. All right. Ratings. We are here for ratings. TV ratings for all the shows. Well, not, I guess AEW just came out tonight, so the ratings aren't going to be out just yet. Monday Night Raw. Okay, it's not on this page. I don't know why. Let me pull that up real quick. Raw results. Oh no, why am I on results? I should be on TV ratings. Sorry, people.
TV ratings, TV demos.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. WWE ratings down against College Football Championship game as of January the 9th. Let's see what we have here. Okay, where the hell's my precious ratings? Okay, here we go. WWE did 1.46 million and a 0.44 in the 18 to 49 demographic.
Mm-hmm.
The CM Punk segment with Drew McIntyre did 1.76 and a 0.52. And nothing else on the show. Nothing else on the rest of the show came close. They had college football. It was Michigan versus Washington. Drew the second largest number for a cable show in the last 11 months with 25.5 million viewers. A combination of 24.2 million on ESPN, 598,000 on ESPN2, 150,000 on ESPNU, and 30,000 on ESPN Deportes. Jesus Christ, ESPN has a lot of channels. The game was up 45% from last year's championship game that had 17.22 million viewers. So that is Those are the ratings for Raw. They did not do well against college football.
As they shouldn't. No one did.
As expected, yeah. We all expected it. SmackDown, as you would say. Let's see what the ratings were for all SmackDown. SmackDown from last Friday on January the 5th for their New Year's Revolution. They had a nice little spike in the ratings with Roman Reigns returning. 2.41 million preliminary and 2.465 million viewers final. Do not have the demos, unfortunately. But they did a nice little rating for the first show of the new year, so good for them. Have the NXT ratings come out yet? Let's see.
It came out at 3 o'clock today.
All right, let's see if they're on here, actually. January 9th, that was the episode. They drew 722,000, which was not bad. I mean, it was down from last week, which they did 768. Good to see NXT, getting a spike in the ratings. Good for them. Good on all NXT before they move over to CW later in the year. And then, of course, AEW hasn't come out yet. But yeah, those are the ratings for the main shows. And lastly is just more of a, I guess, news, but not really news. It's just something I scrounged up for expiring contracts for this year. For WWE, Alexa Bliss showing that hers actually expired last year, but I imagine she'll sign a new deal, but hasn't said anything yet. Drew McIntyre hasn't signed an extension yet. His is supposed to expire pretty soon. It says early 2024. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins expires in June, but they're going to sign back because, come on. Ricochet, summer 2024. Jinder Mahal, summer 2024. Kofi Kingston, December. Actually, all of New Day. Kofi, Biggie, and Xavier. Their contracts expire in December of this year. Randy Orton just signed a multi-year extension at least through 2024. Could have injury time added, so there's no telling when that'll happen. Kevin Owens, it says through 2024. LA Knight is into next year. Nick Khan, The Miz, Dragon Lee are next year. Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and Rey Mysterio until 2027. Dominic Mysterio is until 2028. Booker T has a contract till 2029. And The Undertaker signed a 15-year deal that will last until 2034. Because he's The Undertaker. All Elite Wrestling. QT Marshall has been a free agent since the beginning of the year. MJF has been a free agent, according to him, at the beginning of the year, but he's more than likely signed back. Tony Schiavone is until April. Andrade, I believe his contract just ended on World's End. Bryan Danielson and Dustin Rhodes are until September. Matt Menard and Angela Parker are until August of next year. Renee Paquette is fall of next year. Chris Jericho, fall of next year. Or no, the end of next year, actually. Miro is until early 2026. Alex Reynolds is until mid-2026. Pretty much all of the Dark Order is until mid-2026. Kip Sabian, mid-2026. Kyle O'Reilly, December 2026. Adam Cole, 2027. FTR signed new deals, and that'll be until 2027. Pretty much Hangman Adam Page, John Moxley, Kenny Omega, Malachi Black, and the Young Bucks are 2027. NJPW, Okada at the end of this month, actually. Clark Connors is until April. Impact Wrestling, Dirty Dango. It says his contract actually expired last month, so there's no telling if he signed a new deal.
Yeah, I don't think no one's clamoring to get Fandango back on the roster.
Yeah, I like Fandango, but yeah, he's staying in Impact. Deonna Purrazzo just signed a new deal with AEW, as we all know. Rich Swann through 2024. PCO and Brian Myers are until 2024. Alex Hammerstone from MLW. According to him, he's been a free agent since the beginning of the year. So
he's going to be doing something with Impact, I believe.
Yeah,
he's going to be at the Hard to Kill pay-per-view.
Yeah, wrestling Josh Alexander. So
Yeah.
he hasn't signed a deal yet, right?
No, I don't think he's not official to my knowledge. I think it's like a one-time match, maybe. So
Do you see WWE picking him up?
I don't know.
It's just I would love to see him in NXT, as NXT needs more stars. And then NWA, Camille, her contract just ended last month, so she's a free agent, and WWE is making a hard play for her, which I see her going to WWE. And I think you said this, where like pair her up with Nick Aldis like they did.
Oh
in
yeah,
NWA.
last week, yeah.
But that again, that's just, it writes itself. But that's all the news I have. I don't know
Really,
if
you didn't have the Tony Khan tweet?
I mean, we can talk about that. Let me pull it up real quick.
I mean, I thought that was gonna be the first thing you're gonna mention. That's like the biggest news story this week so far.
Let me pull that up real quick, my friend. Where is that at?
Pretty sure the people want to hear our opinion about that.
And where the fuck is the tweet? God damn it. I thought I screenshotted it. Let me find it real quick. I am not doing my job as a host. I did not screenshot the tweet.
If you can't find it, that's fine.
Oh, no, I have it. I have it.
Okay.
Never mind, I have it.
I was like, because I have a few news stories too, so.
All right, so 2 days ago, Raj Giri had posted talking about the Jinder Mahal and Seth match for next week. And he said, these guys do have a history. Seth Rollins defeated Jinder Mahal in the tournament finals to become the NXT champion, or the first NXT champion, hashtag WWE Raw. The USA Network Twitter page, or X page, fuck it, I'm just going to call it Twitter. It's Twitter. Replied with, what was the cage match rating? And then Tony Khan, where the fuck is it? Where is his tweet? God damn it, where the hell is the tweet? How is it not here? Does anyone happen to have the tweet? Because I do not see it, because there's like a shit ton of other tweets.
Did you go to Tony Khan's Twitter?
Yeah, let me go to that real quick.
Because that's where it came from.
God damn it. Alright. Fuck me. I am all out of sorts tonight. Alright, Tony Khan. Alright, here we go. And it's just a bunch of tweets talking about the show tonight.
I got it here if you want me to read it.
Oh, yeah, yes, please, because it's gonna take a while.
USA Network said, what's the cage match rating? Then Tony Khan says a moral victory for USA is one win more than their world title challenger, Jinder Mahal, has in the past 364 days. Because it's been literally a full year since he's won a match. You really put AEW in our place, getting Jinder Mahal in a big match on your TV show. Do it more often.
To which, was it Eric Bischoff chimed in? It looks like the coach actually chimed in as well, Jonathan Coachman.
But Coach's tweet.
Well, I'm like pulling up all this shit now. But is that Jonathan Coachman?
But he also put too as well. I'm sorry. This is the actual tweet that stirred all the controversy. It has like 8 million fucking views. He says a double standard. Hook 28-1 career record on winning streak calls out the champ. A logical challenge sparks online outrage. Jinder has literally lost every single match he has been a part of for the past year. Immediately gets title shot. Where is the rage? And he did a hashtag AW Dynamite tomorrow on TBS.
And then Jinder Mahal replied with who
Well, can we talk about that first, the tweet first, and
oh yeah, so
yeah, go for it.
Again, just tale as old as time. Tony Khan just again loves to reply to everybody. Just he loves to reply to everybody. yeah, he stands up for his company. He wants to defend his company. I get it, but it's just like, dude, you seriously can't just reply to everybody. You need to just worry about your company. And you and me have had this conversation where you had said, do you have a problem with him, standing up for his company? It's like, not really, but he needs to act like the boss. It's just like, if you're going to constantly reply to everybody, and he's actually replied to just like internet bot trolls, like people who have like their favorite wrestler as their profile picture.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, you're reaching the bottom of the barrel. You're stooping down to their level. You need to be the boss and worry about your own company. And that's, again, one of the many things I would fix about AEW is just Tony needs to be a boss. Worry about what's going on in your own home instead of worrying about what's going on in your next door neighbor's house. Like, just don't worry about that. Don't worry that your neighbor still has their Christmas, lights up and it's already, March. Just worry about what's going on in your own home. Clean your own house out. Get your house in order. But just again, typical Tony being Tony. I don't, and just kind of segue into the gender thing. I don't think gender should have, mentioned Hook. And not the biggest fan of Hook, but they like Hook, so whatever. I don't think gender should have mentioned Hook. I also don't think, Tony should have replied to the tweet in general. But again, that's just my thoughts on the situation. But go ahead. What are your thoughts?
So what Tony Khan said, he wasn't wrong. What he said here.
No, right.
He wasn't wrong at all. Like, he's correct. There is a double standard. But again, to your point, why even engage with this? Why even worry about this? Because he says it's a double standard, right? That's his thing. Hey, there's a double standard. That's what he started to tweet out with. You do the same thing, Tony. Do you not realize that you have fucking Orange Cassidy come out and do fucking challenge matches for the International Championship? Remember that 2 month block on fucking Dynamite where you just have Orange Cassidy just randomly challenge somebody? You know what I mean? Like an open challenge. So it's virtually the same thing. It's not correct. And you are correct, Tony. You are correct with your assessment. There is a double standard. And it technically, it should be called out too. It definitely should be called out. You should not be the one calling it out, though. You should not be the one calling it out. You should be worrying about running your company, running creative. Dynamite tonight was not a good Dynamite tonight. No. Outside of a couple things. There was a couple things I did like about it, but overall the show wasn't great at all. And Jinder Mahal, he went out and said, who the fuck is Hook? And that's my issue with this here, because it's not just what Jinder said or what Tony said. It's the tribalism at the end of the day where I'm seeing people on Twitter like putting up polls. Do you have a Hook or do you have Jinder Mahal? Why not both? I can't like both of them because I like Hook. I like Hook. I mean, I think he has a very, very unique presentation, and he's young and he has upside. I like Hook. You know what I mean? He's not the greatest. You know what I mean? He's young. You know what I mean? Jinder Mahal. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, like I don't really like his in-ring stuff, but his presentation, his look is amazing. I like that about him. He's not a bad promo either. Yeah, I mean, I like that about him. But again, this is where we need to do better as wrestling fans. And if this gets through anyone's head or not, I don't give a shit, because I am gonna keep preaching this until I can't do this no longer. We, as wrestling fans, we are the main reason why that this community is the way that it is with the tribalism, right? You cannot like Jinder Mahal, you cannot like Hook, you cannot like Tony Khan, you cannot like AEW, you cannot like WWE, or you can love all those things as well. But not looking at this, straight on and not notice that this is a double standard. Again, I agree with Tony Khan. I still agree with him tweeting it out. Like that's the major thing. If someone else tweeted it out, I think I think this would be a far less controversial situation. If it was like, I don't know. If someone else would have tweeted out, it still would have picked up. I don't think it would have picked up as much because it's obviously Tony Khan. But another thing too, as well, and to me, I think because it was detriment tonight because the show wasn't good. He was really promoting Dynamite, really, if you really think about it, because he's playing #Dynamite tomorrow on TBS. Because what is everyone talking about in pro wrestling right now? Everyone's talking about The Rock. Mm-hmm. Everyone's talking about The Rock and possibly Roman Reigns. Everyone's talking about the Royal Rumble. Everyone's talking about Cody, and is Cody gonna? So all those things that they're talking about is not AEW. It's not AEW. It's not Dynamite. It's not Samoa Joe or MJF for the Devil storyline. No one's talking about none of that. So Tony Khan used that to get 8 million views on his tweet to promote Dynamite. And I think that's the major thing. Because Tony Khan, he's a smart guy. He knows what the hell he's doing.
Right.
He knows what he's doing. He knows that this is gonna, he knows that this is gonna get a rise out of people, which he accomplished, right? And he was thinking that, maybe, I can get more viewership this way. I don't think it's gonna succeed. I really don't. But, hey, fuck it. Try it, right? Because no one's talking about AEW right now. But to close this up in a tightly knit bow with this particular tweet, Tony Khan was correct. There is a double standard. Mm-hmm. Because why are people getting mad about Hook challenging Samoa Joe, but not getting mad? Well, not saying us because we questioned it, but people out there are not getting mad about Jinder Mahal challenging Seth Rollins for the title, right? So he's completely right with that assessment. He shouldn't tweet it out though, and that's the main issue.
Sad thing about Tony Khan is that he's getting attention, but it's for the wrong reasons. Like, it seems like he's maybe not doing it purposely, or maybe it's like subconsciously or whatever, but it's just like he's drawing more attention to his, public meltdowns than he is to his own company. Just like, everything that's happening in his company, especially the drama, is drawing more attention than, the actual TV shows. And that's not good, and I've said time and time again, and shouldn't have to say it more than once, I don't want AEW to fail. I want AEW to succeed. But it's just again, it's not looking good, with a lot of the backstage drama. And again, double standard, going back to what he said, it's just like, okay, when's the last time Aleister Black had a match? I don't think
that has nothing to do with what we're talking about as far as double standard.
I mean, if you're talking, again, people are mad about Hook getting a match, people are mad about Jinder Mahal getting a match. It's just like, okay, well then, what about the talent that you're booking? Because, he said in the tweet, you haven't booked Jinder Mahal properly. It's just like, okay, what about the guys you haven't booked properly? And maybe that's, going a little bit too far, but it's just like, I don't know. At the end of the day, this just still doesn't do the company of All Elite Wrestling, a whole lot of good, because Tony Khan just can't get out of his own way. And, eventually he's gonna fall flat on his face. But do you have any other news?
I have a lot of news. I'll get started here. Coming from PW Insider, Sean Waltman, Naomi, Liv Morgan are potential Royal Rumble surprises. There was talk last week at the PC that Waltman, aka X-Pac, will be in Florida for WWE over Rumble weekend. Naomi is slated to finish up with TNA this month, and WWE sources have confirmed that she is returning to the company. There's been talk of Liv Morgan returning soon from injury as well. Again, that's coming from PW Insider. So those three names there: Liv Morgan, Naomi, and X-Pac. Do you think all three of them will be in the Royal Rumble match? And yeah, let's just talk about that.
You said Sean Waltman, Liv Morgan, and Naomi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, we were talking about the Rumble earlier, like, this Rumble was pretty stacked with stars, where it's just like, surprise entrants aren't really needed, especially like, stars of yesteryear. But, yeah, I mean, again, I like X-Pac. I've always liked X-Pac. I wouldn't mind seeing him, get a surprise entrant in the Rumble, just for kicks. Liv Morgan is coming back. More than likely, she already. She didn't go to. She kind of went to jail, but again, it's weed, it's stupid as fuck. But we're whatever. But yeah, I'll be glad to see her back. She still has her fan base. She's over, with a certain part of the crowd. More so, younger girls. They love her and they wear her shit.
And horny guys.
Yeah, there you go. I think she was in a movie recently, if I'm not mistaken. But she's probably going to have a feud with Rhea when she comes back, whether that's at Mania or maybe at Elimination Chamber. We'll see. Like you said, the women's Rumble could go either way. It could be Becky. It might even be Liv, for all we know. Liv was also, it was last year. It was down to Liv and Rhea. So I don't know. We'll see. And then Naomi. Again, I love Naomi. I like that Naomi left WWE. I didn't agree with how Liv left WWE. Or not Liv, Naomi, I'm sorry. But she went to Impact and got better. So I'll be glad to see her back in the Rumble this year.
All right. Next story here. This comes from Dave Meltzer from the Wrestling Observer report. I was told it's an ongoing thing. Before I continue here, this is on the relationship of WWE and All Japan. Mm-hmm. I was told it was an ongoing thing, although there are certain people in All Japan who have mixed feelings on it. But right now, that's the president of All Japan's decision. And, WWE, they got a deal going right now. So, potential matches coming in the future between WWE and All Japan, perhaps. So WWE working with All Japan. All Japan is right now the third biggest Japanese wrestling promotion in the world. But at one point they were the number one Japanese wrestling promotion. Before New Japan was New Japan, it was All Japan. So it seems like WWE wants to rekindle that working relationship with All Japan, because I believe at one time, well, I know Andre used to go work at All Japan a lot because he used to work with Baba and whatnot. So, so what is your opinion on this? Is that something that you want to see? Would that be something that you want to see as far as NXT? Well, obviously, because Charlie Dempsey was already over there. You already had a couple good matches over there in All Japan already. But is that something that you want to see? Would you want to see more WWE talent go over there? Would you want to see some of the All Japan talent come over here, and so that way you could be a little bit more exposed to those particular wrestlers, or what's your opinion on this?
Yeah, I'd want to see that more so. The NXT guys, to kind of get that exposure outside of wrestling, because a lot of these NXT guys, they've only gotten their exposure, with the WWE, farm system, more so, Florida. So to see a guy like Charlie Dempsey get that exposure, I think is pretty cool. Maybe even see a guy like Braun. I think a guy like Braun could be made for Japan, because he's such, he's a big hoss. The Steiners were pretty big in Japan too, so he has that, lineage. And then maybe other guys in WWE, maybe like a Ricochet, maybe not their like heavy hitters like a Cody or a CM Punk, even though that'd be pretty cool.
Would you want to see like a Gunther?
Oh fuck yeah. Gunther is made for Japan. Ilya is made for Japan. Maybe even get Trick Williams in Japan. Or
what about like a Seth Rollins? I can see Seth working with some of the top guys over there, and putting on some mega matches too.
Oh yeah,
his style. His style and their style is very, very similar.
Oh yeah, like I think he mentioned before that Seth and Kenny's style are kind of virtually the same.
Yeah,
they kind of wrestle the same style, so I can see Seth going to Japan and having a pretty having some good bangers with a lot of the talent. So yeah, I'm all for WWE expanding and not just being in their own bubble of we're only doing WWE things and that's how it's going to be from here on out. I like that. Again, Triple H is taking over, and also Nick Khan deserves the credit too. Nick Khan is helping expand this because he's like, we're the World Wrestling Entertainment. How are we supposed to be World Wrestling Entertainment when we're just stuck in our own world? So we need to expand. We need to go to Japan. We need to work with other territories like Vince Senior did. Vince Senior was big on working with other territories, and then Vince Jr. came in and just said, "No, fuck that. I'm buying you, motherfuckers." So, Triple H is a wrestling guy. He understands how that works. So, and again, Nick Khan deserves just as much credit, as Triple H is getting. So, I'm digging this. I want to see more expansion, in the future.
Right. Okay. All right, moving on. Quick news story here is Wiley, and this is probably just a follow-up news story, but as widely expected by those within WWE that Julia will go to the NXT and the Performance Center unless she was prepared on things necessary for the main roster of ahead of time. That's coming from Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful. So obviously, once Julia does come to WWE, it is expected that she will be heading to NXT and the Performance Center. So she is seeming to be wrapping up in Stardom. She denounced her faction, saying that was the end of the faction. So it seems like I don't know if she's coming sooner because it seems like her contract's supposed to be up in March. So, but I don't know if she got permission to leave early or whatnot. So. Yeah, I don't know if you have any quick thoughts about that. Julia, once she comes to WWE, is most likely to NXT.
Again, I don't know much about the girl. I've only seen clips of her matches, and she has a look. She definitely has a look. She's talented, and from what I heard, she's taking English speaking classes to prepare for her time in WWE. So, we'll see. I'll be right back. I need to use the restroom real quick. So just take over for a little bit.
Okay, sure. How's everyone doing? Wasn't prepared to take over the show. Yeah, I really have nothing to say. I was gonna go on I'm gonna save his next news story for Drew because it's gonna make him very happy to hear this. If you guys didn't see already, prior to the before we start here live tonight, about the Chris Jericho getting knocked out by MVP apparently. Yeah, that seems real. That seems real. So Drew's gonna be super duper happy to hear about that. So. Yeah, because you know how he feels about Chris Jericho nowadays. So, let's see. Anyone want to do a quick little Q&A in the chat? If you want to put a question in there, I can answer it for you guys real quick. Let's see. Let's do a little Q&A before Drew gets back here. Ask anything, wrestling or non-wrestling. Leave the door open for you. Who else would be a surprise entrant in the Rumble? Men's Rumble, Andrade, if he's not back yet. Women's Rumble, Sasha. So men's Andrade, women's Sasha. If they both don't return prior to. My most hated wrestler today. I don't hate wrestlers. There's no one that I hate. There's people that I'm like, oh, they're not good, but even like with Nia Jax, but there's not really guys I really dislike either. It's like, it's like, I don't know, I don't know, I guess I'm too nice when it comes to wrestling. You know what I mean? But like, there's not really anyone that I can say, oh, I dislike this wrestler, or you know, I hate this wrestler, or whatever the case may be. Like, you know, there's wrestlers that I could go without. But there is value to, so like I said, like Nia Jax, like, you know what I mean? Or what else? Who else? I can't even think of anybody. I'm really trying to think right now. You know what? One wrestler one wrestler I do actually dislike. I don't know what it is about him, but he just irks me. Nick Comoroto.
Alright, I'm back.
That's probably it. Like, I don't really dislike or hate a wrestler or anything like that. I'm too nice when it comes to that. Like, I just, you know, because, and also as well because, like, I go to a lot of indie shows here as well, and I'm friends with some of the indie wrestlers, and it's kind of like, once you see these guys like put in the work and, you know, do what they're doing, it's kind of hard to like actually like dislike or hate a wrestler. It's like, it's, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I know that's sacrilegious for me to, you know, be in the IWC to not technically hate or dislike someone, but that's me.
I don't really hate anyone. I mean,
I know you're back.
Yeah, I came back. If you're, as long as you're not like harming children or animals, and then I'm not going to hate you.
I mean, you do hate the Young Bucks.
I just thoroughly dislike them. Like that's you know.
Well, I mean, dislike, you know, or like Orange Cassidy, like you don't like.
Right, but to say you hate somebody is very powerful. Just right.
Just the
same way you say like I love somebody. Like if I say I love you, it means something. You know what I mean? Like, but like to say you hate somebody is almost like to say you wish death on them.
Well, I think we say love. Love is better to say. Oh man, I love Cody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, oh, you know, I love Drew McIntyre. You know what I mean? It's easier for us to say that to say like, yeah, you know, I hate somebody or whatever. But
I guess I hate the presentation of something. Like it's easier to say you hate something that's like non-existent, whereas like to say I hate the Young Bucks because they suck at wrestling or whatever, or I don't like their wrestling. But it's just like I don't know Matt and Nick Jackson as people, but just how they presented themselves as people, I thoroughly dislike them. And Orange Cassidy, I don't know him as a person, but I'm not a fan of his wrestling. But as far as like to say I hate somebody, it's just like I hate pedophiles, I hate rapists, and I hate people who harm animals.
I hate Nazis.
I hate Nazis. I hate them goddamn Nazis. And I hate the Philadelphia Eagles. So there you go.
Well, I mean, and we know what I hate.
I know you hate.
You make the fucking play. You know what? Oh, Drew, you got me going now. I hate Tony Khan as a as an owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, not the AEW, but as one of the other. Like, how Jacksonville? Y'all have one job. And y'all fuck, man. Like, just the Browns better win. If the Browns don't win, man, I may actually jump off the Tower of the Americas if Houston goes on to the second round. I will jump off the Tower of Americas on Saturday night.
How the hell do they make the playoffs, the fucking Texans?
I don't. Cheating
teams.
Anyway, I got one more news story here, and I saved this here for you because you're gonna love this, and this is gonna make your night maybe.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw before we went live here, but there was a news story that came out by Slamnet and Cassie Haynes.
Mm-hmm.
That during Chris Jericho's Rock and Wrestling Rager Part 2 second wave back in January of 2020, there was an altercation between Chris Jericho and former WWE US Champion MVP, where there were heated words exchanged that resulted MVP knocking out Chris Jericho cold.
I heard about that. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, they kind of had another altercation before that I don't know if MVP talked to her or somebody did, where like they're at a hotel and they're getting into like a political debate, and Jericho walked away and was saying, "I don't fight jobbers." So I don't know. Jericho just talk about a guy that just became really unlikable ever since he went to AEW. Like, he just believed in his own hype, and yeah, I get it. His role, he's supposed to be the cheerleader for AEW. I get it, but it's just like the guy just goes out of his way to become unlikable and weird. It just with all the bullshit he says. So I just again, I don't know how truthful this is, but I don't doubt it.
Well, apparently, Sean Ross Sapp has heard that he's heard this story since last year as well. So, bang, I don't know. Anyway, I got one last thing here. It's not a news story. It's Wrestle Purist awards for 2023, voted on by the fans. Are you familiar with Wrestle Purist? Correct.
Vaguely.
Wrestle Purist on Twitter.
I know who they are, but as far as their awards goes, they're kind of vaguely familiar with them.
Right. So basically, it's kind of similar to Wrestling Observer newsletter, where the fans vote on awards for like Wrestler of the Year and Match of the Year, things of that nature. Wrestle Purist, I'll say it's more balanced. But they still know about, obviously they know about all wrestling. So, your New Japans, your CMLLs, your All Japans, Stardoms, things of that nature. So, what I'll do here is, I'll go through each category. I'll have you guess what you think the winner of that category is, and I'll just go through the results. Should be pretty quick here. So,
I know what one of them is, but go ahead.
Sure. Rookie of the Year. Who do you think the fans of the Wrestle Purists Twitter page vote for Rookie of the Year?
Okay. Is it someone from WWE or AEW?
I'm not gonna give you a hint.
Jesus Christ. Lola Vice.
It is Lola Vice. Yes, Lola Vice. 36.8%. Yuma Anzai from All Japan, 26.3%. Kalani Jordan, 19.3%. Hanako from Stardom, 13.2%. And Toga from Stardom, 3.4%.
Nice.
Best non-wrestler of the year.
I think I know that one. That's Nana.
It's Nana, yes. Voted 44%. Paul Heyman following with 20.6%. Samantha Irvin, 13.8%. Nigel McGuinness, 13.7%. So they were separated by 10%. And Renee Paquette, 7.9%. The fans voted for that. Most improve.
Tiffany Stratton?
No, not Tiffany. She's in fourth place though here at 11.9%.
What? Trick
One more
Williams?
guess. He's not even on this list.
Jesus fucking, who is it?
Dominic Mysterio.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
40
I forget about him.
40.5%. Dominic Mysterio. Julia Hart, 27.1%. Yoda Tsuji from New Japan, 13.3%. Tiffany Stratton, 11.9%. And Mariah May, this is basically off her Stardom, but it's 7.9%. Most underrated. You're not gonna guess this one, but
It's a Japanese wrestler, right?
no, it's not. It's not a Japanese wrestler. Nope, it's not a Japanese wrestler.
Is it Ricky Starks?
No.
Okay,
That'd be one you would guess.
Okay, fuck. Is it somebody that's on TV?
Yes. I'll give you one more guess.
Are they from AEW or WWE?
I'll let you guess.
Jesus Christ. Female or male?
It's they have a gender.
fuck? Most underrated. I'm stumped. Who is it?
I would say you were going to guess him regardless. Daniel Garcia. 35.3%.
Right.
Chad Gable came in second place, 31.6%. So they're pretty close. From TNA, Impact, whatever. Speedball Mike Bailey, 16.9%. Leo Rush is at 8.7%. And Gabe Kidd from New Japan, 6.5%. So Daniel Garcia was most underrated, according to the fans.
Okay.
Best on promos.
MJF.
Second place, 21.4%.
CM Punk.
Not listed.
Who the fuck else is good on promos? I mean, those are kind of my top two. Oh, Jesus Christ. Am I blanking on somebody?
You definitely are.
Who else is good on promos? All right, MJF, that's number 2. CM Punk, you said, is not even on this list. Who the fuck is it? God damn it. Okay, tell me. Who is it?
But your father's dead.
Oh, fuck. Christian. Really?
Yeah.
Him? Number 1?
Yeah. Christian, 40%. 40% Christian Cage. MJF was number 2. Sorry.
I love Christian, but I don't number. Okay, never mind. Go ahead. Continue.
MJF 21.4%. Cody Rhodes 17%. John Moxley 12.1%.
Mm-hmm.
And LA Knight in 5th place 9.4%.
Okay.
This is obvious. If you don't guess this in 2 seconds, I swear to God. Booker of the Year.
Triple H.
Yes.
Okay.
Triple H, 51%. Second place is Tony Khan at 18.6%. That's just people who are being biased, I think. But Shawn Michaels is at 17.1%. Suji Ishikawa, that's All Japan, 8.2%, and Panico from CMLL, 5.1%.
Okay.
Show of the year, so it's basically pay-per-view of the year.
Oh wait, I did see this one. WrestleMania 39, Night 1.
Yeah, Night 1, 45.4%. Then you got AEW X New Japan Forbidden Door 2, 16.8%. AEW Revolution 13.9%, AEW All Out 13.7%, and Stardom All-Star Grand Queendom 10.1%, which was I saw a couple matches on the show. They were fucking great.
Nice.
Tag Team of the Year.
Judgment Day?
No.
FTR?
FTR, yes. Judgment Day is not even on this list.
What the fuck?
Which is it's surprising to me. So what's surprising is FTR. It wasn't an FTR one, but it was how close FTR was to second place. FTR won at 36.6%. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens was at 35.1%.
Okay.
That's kind of. I mean, whatever. But Aussie Open 12%. The Usos at 8.7%, and the Astronauts, and they're from All Japan, so 7.6%. This one should be pretty easy. Promotion of the year,
WWE.
WWE 59.2%, AEW 27%, All Japan Pro Wrestling 6%, CMLL out of Mexico 4.9%, New Japan, which is very shocking, 2.9%, but New Japan was on a down year, but I still think it was better than CMLL, but whatever. Match of the year. Wrestling match of the year.
Was it Rhea and Charlotte?
No. No women's matches on this list, by the way.
Okay. Oh, was it Was it Osprey and Omega, or who the fuck was it?
Yes. So basically, they were 1 and 2. So the Wrestle Kingdom match got 31.1%. The Forbidden Door match, which I thought was match of the year personally, 28.2%. But you could go back and forth on those. Match 3, Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland, Texas Death Match, 18.9%. MJF versus Bryan Danielson at Revolution, the Iron Man match, 13.8%. And number 5 was Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. at Wrestle Dream. It wasn't a submission match. It was just a regular match, but it basically was a submission match. 7.9%. So it was all AEW.
Nice.
That's kind of weird. Kind of weird that it was all AEW here for match of the year, but like everything's been pro WWE as far as like promotion of the year and book of the year and things of that nature. So
Well, they got to cut him a bone somehow, or throw him a bone somehow. You know what I mean?
All right, Women's Wrestler of the Year.
Rhea.
Oh man, you're not going to be happy with this one. But Women's Wrestler of the Year.
Is it Julia?
No, she's not. Oh no, I thought you meant like Julia Hart. No, but she's number 3. She's number 3.
Mercedes?
She's not on the list.
Is it some Japanese wrestler I've never heard of?
No.
Io?
All these women you have heard of.
Is it Io Sky?
No, she's not on the list. Unfortunately,
Tony Storm?
she's not on the list.
What the fuck? Okay, Jesus Christ. How the fuck is it not Rhea?
She's number 2 at 30%.
Who the fuck would be over Rhea? Number one. Is it AEW?
Yeah, sure.
AEW. Is it fucking Athena?
It is Athena.
What the?
45.9%. Women's Wrestler of the
She's
Year.
a fucking champion in a fucking promotion that nobody watches. Okay, she's more over than Rhea Ripley. Okay, whatever. Continue. Fuck this list. Fuck this list in the ass with fucking herpes. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay. Okay. Rhea Ripley, second place, 30%. Julia, 12%. Becky Lynch, 9.4%. And Saray, remember her from NXT, 2.7%. So, we got, how many left here? 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 left, so we're almost there. Best in-ring wrestler of the year.
Gunther.
No, he's number 3. 19.2%.
Osprey?
He is number 1. 49.5%. Will Ospreay. Ariel Sasson. Bryan Danielson, 24.5%. Gunther, 19.2%. Ilya Dragunov, 4.5%. And Zack Sabre Jr., 2.3%.
Yeah.
So these next categories are a little different. These are voted by the fans. So remember I say these are voted by the fans. And there's also some that are voted from the media. So this is the first one. Fans Wrestler of the Year. So this is what the fans voted for. So who do you think the fans voted for as Wrestler of the Year?
If it's John Moxley, I'm going to slip my wrists.
He's not on the list.
Okay, the fans aren't that retarded then. Osprey?
He's number 2.
Omega?
He's not on the list.
Is it fucking Orange Cassidy?
He's not on the list.
Is it a Japanese wrestler I've never heard of?
No, all these people you have heard of.
Okay. So it's not Osprey.
I think you give yourself less credit than what you actually know from Japanese wrestling. Like you're not gonna see like fucking like just a random guy on there. I think you know who are the
Okada?
No, Okada's not on the list.
Bryan Danielson?
So the fans vote him as number 5 at 8.4%.
And he said Osprey is number 2.
He's number 2. This is what the fans voted for as Wrestler of the Year.
Seth Rollins?
Not on the list.
What the fuck? Gunther?
Number 3 at 17.1%. You almost got the whole list already.
Cody?
Cody's number 1.
Oh wow.
37.7%. So these is what the fans voted for. So the fans voted Cody as Wrestler of the Year, followed by Will Ospreay, Gunther, MJF at 11.2%, and Bryan Danielson.
Oh, Maurice guessed it before me. Good thinking, Maurice.
So this next one is the media critics Wrestler of the Year. So this is what the media voted for as Wrestler of the Year.
Oh God.
So who would you think that would be?
Ospreay?
Ospreay, yes.
Okay.
Ospreay at 37.2%. It's the same top 5, but in different order. Bryan Danielson, 26.8. Gunther's number 3 at 19.8. MJF's number 4 at 9.3. And Cody Rhodes at 6.9%. Now I got two second to last one. Wrestlers Wrestler of the Year. So this is what the wrestlers in the industry voted for Wrestler of the Year. So the colleagues out there, they voted, and they voted as who they think the best wrestler is in the world.
Oh my God. Is it Ospreay again?
It is Ospreay. So the wrestlers think that, themselves think, Will Ospreay is the best wrestler of the year.
I know it sounds like I'm shitting on Ospreay. I'm really not. I actually do like Ospreay, but continue.
41.5%. MGF 17%. Bryan Danielson 17%. Gunther 14.7%. And Cody Rhodes 9.8%. So the overall wrestler of the year is
Ospreay.
31.4%. Cody came in second. Gunther third. Bryan Danielson fourth. And MJF fifth. That is your Wrestle Purist awards for 2023. And that was voted on. The majority of these were voted on by the fans, except for those last few ones where the media and the wrestlers actually got involved in. So, most surprising of this list. Thoughts about the list? You think most fans got it right, wrong? What do you think?
For anyone that thinks Athena is the women's wrestler of the year over fucking Rhea Ripley, go fuck yourself. Just fuck yourself.
Can I ask a question? Now I agree. Rhea Ripley's by far clear the women's wrestler of the year of last. Well, I mean, if voted, I pick Io Sky, me personally, but
yeah.
But Athena, she did have she did have a great year last year, though. I mean, despite how you feel about the person, she had a great year last year.
She's the women's champion of a show that nobody watches. I mean,
but there's also like Julia, like no one watches. A lot of people in America, they don't watch Stardom.
I don't know. It seems like there's more people that watch Stardom. There's like this weird influx of, and I don't want to say weird, but like there's a influx of people that watch Stardom a lot, and I'm not a Stardom fan, but from what I've seen from Julia, she looks like something. Athena, she's not very good, in my opinion. I mean, there's been, again, we talk about how Nia Jax hurts people. There's been reports of Athena hurting people. And again, she's a women's champion for a show that nobody watches. So, again, just...
So are you saying that because, I mean, most of the fans, I got obviously most improved Dominic Mysterio, that's good, right?
Yeah.
It's not a good, right? Lola Vice, but so it seemed like it was fair and balanced for the most part. But a lot of people liked what Athena did last year.
Over fucking Rhea Ripley, over Io Sky.
Again, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it, but I'm just saying, there's people out there that like Athena.
I mean, if it was Julia, I would still kind of roll my eyes and go, okay, whatever. But Athena, come on. Come the fuck on. If it was Tony Storm, if it was timeless Tony Storm, I would have went, okay, she has a character that's getting over. She's probably one of the best things about the show currently. But just
I think Athea's gonna grow on you in 2024.
like a fucking tumor. But anyways, that's the list.
That's good.
And I guess for any football fans, this weekend is going to be the start of the NFL playoffs. In the AFC, you got the Steelers versus the Bills. You got the Dolphins versus the Chiefs. And you got the Browns versus Justin's favorite team, the Texans. And the Baltimore Ravens currently have the best record in the AFC, so they have a bye week. The NFC, you got the Cowboys versus the Packers. You got the LA Rams versus the Lions. And you have the Eagles versus the Buccaneers. And the San Francisco 49ers currently have a bye week. So, this Saturday is going to be... The Saturday is mainly going to be all AFC. It's going to be the Dolphins and the Chiefs and the Browns and the Texans. And then Sunday, Steelers, Bills, Packers, Cowboys, and then Rams, Lions. And then Monday Night Football will be Eagles, Buccaneers. And then the Super Bowl will be February 11th. So, any sports fans out there, if you're interested in that kind of thing, there you go. But that is it, peeps. That is the show. We did quite an interesting show, 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 36 minutes. I want to thank you to Brother Monty, who was here earlier tonight. Thank you, my man, as always. Come back on whenever you can, Monty. And make sure to listen to the Brooklyn Power Trip with Monty and RJ. They usually do a show on Friday. Actually, on Sunday, they started doing a live show. They just opened their own Discord channel. So they're doing live shows now. So look out for that every Sunday morning. And just shout out to all of our friends. Ruben Prime, who was here in the chat earlier. Jeff Lippman. He has 58 podcasts now. Wrestling Soup, of course. Mish, who's the owner of this, who's the owner, basically, who gave us a platform to do the show. So thank you to Mish, of course, and of course Joe Numbers. They have Wrestling Soup tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And Kevin Castle, of course, Trez, another good friend of the show, Andrew Carlick, Wrestling Court with Julian and Rob, who just put out a new episode. So listen to that. And am I forgetting anybody? If I'm forgetting anybody, John Draper, of course, with Spitball Media. They're live every Thursday on YouTube. So if you're into entertainment, if you're into movies, if you're into TV shows, go check out their podcast. It's John Draper, B. Show Brian, and Shaheen from Nuclear Heat Graphics. So they've all been big contributors to this podcast, especially Shaheen. He's created a lot of the artwork for the show. So like that Royal Rumble artwork that I made, or not I made, but Shaheen made with us. Like the 1992 Royal Rumble poster. Like that was Shaheen. So he made that. So shout out to Shaheen, Nuclear Heat Graphics. And just shout out to everybody who's friends of the show, who supports the show. So shout out to all of our friends in podcasting and media. And don't forget to donate to the Patreon. It's just $5 a month. And about to do a new episode of me and Ruben's show, Culture Attack, on Monday. And we need to set everything up for the other show. So just $5 a month, people. And you know where to find me. Just True Yari. I'm easy to find. Where can people find you, Justin?
Yeah, find me on Spinebuster Tees on Instagram, spinebustertees.com. Definitely check out all the designs that we have up on there on Spinebuster Tees. Also, as well, have a Whatnot page. Check out the Whatnot. Send my link in on my I was gonna say Twitter on my Instagram profile, so you can definitely check that out as well. Just want to make pro wrestling fun for people, or if you want to come on out and check out what I have at the shop as well. Seems to be getting a little traction. I'm looking to get sponsorships as well soon for some of the local wrestling promotions here as well. So it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm actually going to a local event on on Friday, and looking to possibly, hopefully, get a deal done for a sponsorship. And like this past Saturday, I went to a show here. Actually, Jordan Grace was on the card. Just saw Jordan Grace live for the first time. She's yoked as shit. Jordan Grace. And also Chase Owens was there. Chase Owens, he was just in the fucking Tokyo Dome a couple days prior, and he came on out and defend his championship there as well. So it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. You gotta come to the show sometime, man. It was pretty fun. You should come on out.
When's that at?
Well, the show I went to was on Saturday, but there's a show on Friday. But yeah, I mean, it just, whenever.
This Friday?
Yeah.
And what show is this exactly?
TWA.
Oh, TWA. Okay, they're still doing shows. Yeah, some of the information. Let me see if I can make it.
Yeah. If not, I mean, that's totally cool. But I would love for you to go to at least one show this year.
I would love to go too. I like, again, new I guess new year, new me. I want to expand my horizons. I've been doing that, watching a lot of the old school, with the suggestions you gave me, and a few more suggestions that I added in. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely do want to make a show or head over to a show. I haven't been to an indie show since like 2008, and that was for TWA. I'm lying. I went to an AEW, or not AEW, but an indie show last year in Shirts.
Oh yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
So,
but anyway, near here or there. But yeah, Spinebuster Tees, SpinebusterTees.com.
Yes, sir. And we will be back next week, same time, same channel. Also next Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, will be the Q&A show for the month of January. So if you haven't already, get your questions in. If you already sent in questions and want to send in more, please go right ahead. And also the week after next Saturday will be the Rumble. So it's already creeping near. We're already getting to the middle of the month in January. Pretty soon it's gonna be February. So this year might go by pretty fast like last year. So. But anyways, peeps, thank you for showing up. Thank you to all that did show up, the usual suspects, and also some new peeps that I noticed. And have a good night. Stay safe. And as always, peace out.
Peace.
The Drew Yari Show.
It's Drew Yari. It's Drew Yari.
The Drew Yari Show.
It's Drew Yari. It's Drew Yari.
The Drew Yari Show.
It's Drew Yari.
The Drew Yari Show.
It's Drew Yari.
The Drew Yari Show.